Yo, what is going on, everybody, man? King Recon here. We're back at it, man. We're in the lake swimwear. Here to give our thanks to the greatness of Goatama, bro. Listen, man. Before, what's that called? Before I went live right now, and before my man Laz joined the call, bro, I was listening to some OSTs, and the reason why I was late is because, whenever you just get lost in thought and you just start thinking about certain things that happened in the series before. That legendary graveyard OST, man, that they play. The ghosts aren't the only ones who run wild; they run graveyards.
Yep.
That's what I consider the Shinsengumi OST. And then I just started thinking back to all the Shinsengumi arcs, man, and I was like, God, bro. And then the last spooked the living flagnards out of me when I saw him coming to the call. So, but yeah, man, I'm here with my boy Laz. Shout out to my boy Laz and
What's going on?
Laz, man. Well, I have you here. Continue what you were because we were talking off air about the Nintendo arc. Continue what you were saying, Coach.
Yeah, no, I'm saying like because I was watching that and like I just remember the whole thing of like, bro, this I'm pretty sure this was when the Wii U. It was the Wii U. Was when the Wii first came out.
It
was the Wii, yeah. So it was like not too long after that. You have like them, bro, cosplaying as Mario. Like this is how you know like Sriracha is the goal where it's like he has like such big names in like the industry. Like people, you call it Nintendo. We know it's Nintendo. This man doesn't care, like, what he's gonna be referencing or whatever. Like,
Facts.
just see that arc, man, was so great. I think it's like one of the things where it's like because he referenced a lot of games, like Monster Hunter. He had Tama Quest, which Tama Quest arc was fire,
dude.
It's just like I think any gaming thing, man. I think it really like brought out the best of like his comedy because that's where he pokes holes at just about anything and everything.
Remember Cloud? Cloud,
bro.
Oh my God. Yeah, dude. Well, hold on. Let me first shout out to the chat, man. I once again I apologize for being late, yo. Shout out to Joy Boy. I see my boy Quentin, man. What's good, Quentin, bro? Elaine says, guess this is my cue to finally watch and read Gintama, and Smiley says the same. I highly recommend it to both of y'all. The Goatama Awesome Sauce. It comes back in December to Jump Giga, which the way that I correlate this in my mind is that it's gonna have the same schedule as the Gray Man. So every couple of months we'll be getting another Gintama chapter.
Right.
So yeah, you'll have until December to read and watch the Awesome Sauce. I definitely say to watch the anime. I think the anime is a top tier quality experience when it comes to catching up to Gintama, and definitely start watching episode 3. I mean, you can start watching episode 1 and 2. That's completely fine as well.
Yeah.
But to get the full or to get the manga experience in animated form, start from episode 3. That is chapter 1 in the anime, so or in the manga. So let me see right here. Yo, my boy Sticker Trigger was good, man. You got Yak, my boy Yak Attack, bro. Zoe was stressing hard on Twitter talking about that. We gotta diss the gorilla, yo. We gotta diss the gorilla. Hey, I'm all for dissing the gorilla, but today I gotta put him over.
Yeah, as we should, honestly.
Let me see. I see my boy Aragi Senpai in the comments. Michael Mickles was good, bro. Snaps, legends, man. Kaliko Plus, really, really good stuff. Yeah, I'm really happy to see so many of y'all from the Gintama journey joining us today, man. Aragi says, I was just mentioning the Tama game the other day. I love that arc. Yeah, that arc was awesome, dude. It was awesome. Yo, man, Laz, I got a serious question for you, bro. Right. When it comes, if there's one Gintama character that you would say you can most relate to, and you could name multiple, because Gintama's characters you can relate to in multiple scenarios. So if you have multiple answers, that's fine. But what are some Gintama characters that you find the most relatable to yourself?
For me, like right now, like I used to say Gintoki, just from like a day-to-day lifestyle where it's like, I'm just taking it step by step. Whereas like I don't have like a set goal or anything. It's like, as the days go, we just kind of persevere from there. Katsura, I would say, because of like, I think especially like the people who know me, especially me and you, like when it comes to the troll nature, I think if there's anyone in the Joai Patriots that embodies the whole, the name of a troll, I think Katsura
is Donald Trump.
Yeah, Donald Trump. yeah, top 1 president. But I mean, it's tough because then it's like Takasugi. I could see little bits here and there just because maybe like he at one point did find care for people, and then eventually when things happened in his life, he lost that care for others, and then it's like he wanted to see everything around him be burned instead of trying to maybe like find those bonds again.
Okay.
So maybe I see little bits of that.
I like that. Yeah.
And then it's like I don't know if it could be relations, but just characters in general. I just like really Yoshida Shoyo, like Utsuro,
Hey,
man. Just like characters like that, especially like the fact that when we see like what happened with him in his life, and the fact that he was this guy who ends up becoming a teacher and then raising these kids and trying to teach them better ways of being like just better people in general, and then like to know that he was a monster first and then reincarnated into something else. And it's like you always thought this was his mindset, but because of now knowing the cycle he's been through so many times, it's like everyone who believed him at one point just couldn't believe him again. And then you had people that were his students, guys like Oboro and stuff, who he didn't know. And that's another goal, man. But it's
that's
like
another goal right there. Yeah.
he knew him the longest, and like that was like really the first disciple, so he knew what Shoyo meant to him and what he meant to the kids, and then seeing like Gintoki and them kind of being passed off now into his hands, and Obro kind of leaving. It's like if he feels, I think that's where Shoyo felt the happiest, and then just like with Sorachi, he wants to bring the darkness back, and yeah. I mean, Shoyo, man, like I feel like he was like one of those father figures, even though we've had a few of them show up in the series, Umibozo, the best father. But I think he was that one that we kind of needed in terms of like really fleshing out these characters that we have known for such a long time to understand why are they here in the first place, what made them who they are, and then just getting to see that father figure. It's just like,
yeah, absolutely, man. Flipping Shoyo, bro. There's a reason why I made it my ad on Twitter, man. That's just that's the GOAT, bro. That's the GOAT, man.
Like let's say Umibozo, it's just like, bro, I went out of my way and bought a volume because of him. Like the GOAT.
Oh man, listen, bro. He has the stash and he has the baldness, bro. He's a GOAT, man. and he even got the Mega Man blaster.
He does.
As time went on, yeah. Oh man, dude. For me, it always comes down to 3. While I'm at work, I'm a straight up Hijikata, no question.
With the mayo, that's true.
Yeah, bro,
that's true.
I can relate so much to Hiji / Toshi, like to having like those alternate personality, complete difference of the way you act at work to the way you act at home. And like instead of SIGs, it would be the One Piece manga and Gintama manga for me.
You know what? I gotta switch out Shoyo for him, because now when we look back to like the mayo thing, that's me with ketchup. So like when I see
that's disgusting, bro. Ketchup, bro.
Hey man, people say the same thing with mayo, bro. Like it's fine. It's fair enough.
Yeah. So
I can't.
it would have to be Hiji, and then after Hiji is Kagura. The childlike nature of Kagura. And just every time I watch a Kagura episode, I'm like, yo, I swear I've gone through a scenario like this in the past. And especially after she continues to develop and start speaking in the way that Gin would, because we all try to take after our role models and speak in the way that they do. And of course, Kagura's role model is her true father, Gintoki. So I can relate lots to Kagura in that sense, and then Gintoki, of course. I mean, the man said kingdom is fire, bro.
He did.
Come on, coach. The man said kingdom is fire, bro.
He said, give me more volumes, yo.
The man was in the middle of the greatest arc of all time and proceeded to say, I want to read more of the Coalition, coach, bro. You got to give it to me, man.
Yeah. He's like, listen, I'm top 1, but hey, listen, there's a top 2 somewhere here.
Oh, man. All right, so let me see. In the comments. Oh, hey, some more awesome, legendary people from the Gintama experience coming around. Andy states, shout out to Andy, stating, Gintama comes back in December, so some speculations about the ending. My guess is a plot similar to the second movie. That would be really, really nice, especially considering how I know the Sorachis probably wanted that to be the way the series ended. Would be in a plot like that, which is evident here with the epilogue arc we're currently going through. But I'm curious on your thoughts on that, Laz. I don't think I've ever heard you talk about that.
Yeah, because for me, it's like I've always wanted to check it out, but then I've always go back to like what fans would say. It's like they feel like you should probably watch it after all is said and done, because let's say, depending on how you feel, if you feel like you weren't happy with the conclusion of Gintama, or you want to see a different avenue, basically, like I feel like that's something you have to go out of your way and check out. Like I've seen the Benny Sakura film adaptation, which was well done. But this one in particular, it's one of those, especially now, since we're going now into the monthly experience, or irregular experience. I don't know how you want to call it, but it's like that one I want to kind of save for the end. So I want to see that other perspective. So it's like I have those two endings that I can come back and appreciate afterwards. And like at the same time, I feel like there's more material for me to experience once I go into the depression that Sorachi's done with Gintama.
Probably the most factual thing over all day, yo.
Yep.
Oh man, yeah, no question. I just I know I can have complete trust in him because of the simple fact that he decided to leave one magazine and continue writing, yo. That's complete respect for me, man. Because I don't know if any other mangaka ever had the power to do so. I don't know if Mitsutoshi ever had the power to do it. Kubo ever had the power to do it. But this man Sorachi was willing to sacrifice sales and people reading his manga to say, you know what, for the true fans out there, let me give him a quality ending, man. So I trust in my boy, dog.
But I'm curious though, because I wonder, because now it's gonna be in Giga, as you think like when they release the volumes afterwards, you think it's gonna still have like the Jump print, or is it gonna have something different? You know what I mean?
What does My Hero Vigilante? Because this isn't the same thing as Vigilantes. I've never read Vigilantes. Does that have the print when it comes out?
I mean, it does in English, but I'm not sure. Like for Japanese, like that's only one. Like I know it's like Jump Comics is the one that they call it Japanese, but I don't know if like if under the Giga title, because I might be for Gray Man. But I mean, I don't. Because the Gray Man, the thing is, it's in a different magazine. It's a tri-monthly, but you know what, Giga, I don't know, man. It's so weird because I've heard it's either monthly, I've heard it's seasonal, I've heard it's a regular, I heard it comes out when it wants to come out. So there's no it's bad as Dave Meltzer, but besides the point, I don't know. Like I think it's one of those things where it's like we gotta wait and see when Sorachi in the year 2025 or 26 still writing the final arc, and then
Hey, hopefully he is, man. That way we get a Kingdom Hearts 3 parody somewhere in the in the final arc. Oh man. But yo, shout out to the question. That was a really good question. Yo, my 21, what's good? Yeah. The other man here is Laz. Yo, that's my tag team partner in action. That's the Alvarez to the Meltzer right there, man.
Hajime.
Let me see. Kaliko Plus says, I've been kind of relating to Shinpachi a bit lately. I feel like I haven't been able to stand out much, but I'm not going to give up either. Yo, Kaliko Plus, man, continue to go into like swimwear, yo, because if you're anything like Shinpachi, my boy Shinpachi just continues to become more and more GOAT as time goes on. So I guarantee you, the longer that you live, the more GOAT you'll become, yo. So stay in there, Kaliko Plus. Stay in there, yo. And like swimwear. Yo, Hassan, what's good, my friend?
Hey, Hassan.
What's good, yo? Then Zoe says, I feel like I'm Madao these days. I hope I can make it in this life. When will I bloom?
Hasegawa Taizo, man.
Hasegawa was another good one that I can relate to too, bro.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the homeless arc, bro, man. Like,
yes, homeless arc greatness.
The anime did a good job with that one. Like,
it really did, man. Porori handled a lot of that stuff. Yo, my boy Sticker, bro. What's good, bro?
What's up?
What's good, man? Yo, dude, but yeah, the homeless arc really or not just the homeless arc, but the Porori arc, I think did a lot of those manga arcs justice. It was great stuff, but the homeless arc especially, man, there was so much greatness, and the OST placement was top tier. But yo, Sticker, man, I gotta ask you a question I asked Laz earlier. I'm gonna ask this to everybody who comes through today. Who are the Gintama characters you find yourself relating to the most, yo?
All right, let's see. Okay, so with Gen, I know it's an easy answer. It's like, oh, main character Gintoki, but it's just like Laz said, just like going through your day. You don't really have a goal, and just kind of going out. Like it's something about that I don't know. A lot of the things that Gintoki says in the episodes, I can really see myself like relating to, and just like in Four Devas, like whenever he when him and Kagura and everyone was like, just get up, just like, carry the burden with us. So, like, you can really relate to that in like, real life moments with like your friends and stuff. And that's just, Gintoki's the GOAT, bro. He's just.
that is a shoot.
That's all, man. There's so many moments you can pick from, like, and I stated this on Twitter one time that he's literally everything. Like he is hilarious. He can be serious when he is, like, he can be a goofball, but when it's time, when things get rough, like he really, does his thing. So it's just, he's amazing.
And he's a tar to JoJo too, bro.
Yeah.
He reads Hunter x Hunter, he reads Kingdom. I mean, he's a good man.
He probably has the manuscript right now as we speak.
Bro, he read the spoiler. That's why he decided to go on break, dog. He was like,
Yeah.
I ain't dealing with this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I was gonna piggyback
Yeah.
on the thing with the Gintoki stuff too as well, which like going back to the day-to-day thing, because I feel like it's weird, it depends on how you guys feel on it, but like I feel like when people have like a set schedule of what they want to do and stuff, and then like once things start to get tough and they begin to crumble, whereas like a day-to-day, it's like, you face that one issue, it's like, all right, you face it now, and then the next day, like, you can kind of like prepare yourself a little bit better, where like if you're always going by a certain schedule all the time, and like you're always relying on it. And I feel like when people are like in Tokyo, you kind of go day by day and just, they tackle the issue when it comes afterwards. They're more well prepared, because it's like once they crumble, it's like you don't really have a back set to kind of like, pick yourself up afterwards. For the guys like in Tokyo, it's like he's already been through the worst of the worst. So like him missing rent, like we already seen what he's done to get away from that situation. Like,
Yeah.
Piggybacking off that, the reason why I said Kagura instead of Gintoki is because of that. Like, I admire Gintoki so much and what he's done that it really did impact and change the way that I view my own life, because and in the same way that Kagura does in views, and Kagura doesn't even know what Gintoki did in 519. She doesn't need to know. And the fact that I know that it impacts me even more being a part of this journey. And after reading that chapter, the reason why 519 means so much to me, episode 305, is because that chapter / episode showed me that no matter what I go through, dog, I can live on to see the next day. Because if that man was able to live through everything after that and just continue to live, bro, to me, that's, and I understand it's a story, but by God, man, that is the most inspiring thing I've ever seen. Just knowing that this man proceeded to live after a moment, like I wouldn't know what to do with myself, pre 519 if something like that would have ever happened to me. Yeah. And the fact that this man has had to do it not once, but twice, bro, and almost 3 times, like it's truly inspiring, man. And that's why I can find myself relating to Kagura so much, because I do want to be like Gin, but I'm not strong. I'm not as strong as that man is, yo. It's Gintoki. That man really does have the weight of so many individuals on his shoulders. And the great thing about it is that it doesn't feel like it's forced like it is in other pieces of literature that I've read. This one legitimately feels like, because of all the comedic one-shots and all of the emotional moments and all of the arcs that we've gone through so far in the series, it really does feel like everyone relies on this man, even though they always trashed on him, even though they asked him for his rent and they hit him for this, hit him for that, but they know that when push comes to shove, this is their man. They accept him from all of his faults, and they accept him as their leader, yo, and as their main character. So that's why that man Gintoki will forever be my GOAT, man. I don't know if he'll forever be my GOAT, but for right now he is, man.
I think for like when it comes to MCs, man, I think like at the end of the day he'll be top 5 to me, just because of like the fact that I can relate to someone that deeply from a human standpoint, where it's like all these other characters, they're more, they got this the genetics are different. They're they got the crazy superpowers. Gintoki is just a normal human who grew and like had strength and stuff from the normal way you train, you fight, to become better and stuff. Like
absolutely. And bro, the man was once known as a legend, bro. The Shiroyasha, dog.
Yeah.
Flipping Yasha, and proceeded to go from that to where we know him as today, and to him that piece is everything. I mean, compared to what he went through, bro. I mean, all these odd jobs, man. I understand why he does all of it. Like you were saying earlier, like what is rent to this man compared to all the Amanto he was slaying earlier? You know what I'm saying? Like,
just today. My brother, I was pretty tired today. Like as I said, I was just like about to go to sleep, but watching the stream, and then you invited me in here, and I wasn't really in the mood to watch anime. My brother was like, "When are we gonna get to a next serious arc? Like, can we skip the comedy?" I'm like, "No, you cannot skip the comedy, bro. You cannot.
You have to watch it, man.
You can't. Like, it's just like you always say, Recon. Like the comedy and the serious stuff is just as good. Like without one or the other, it's not the same series.
It's not Gintama anymore, bro.
It's not Gintama. Yeah. It's not.
That's what makes Gintama so special to me. Is especially for that long range of episodes from let's just say from whenever he really started going in back and forth was after 4 Davis. So like anywhere from Red Spider up until Shogun, like it was legit. you never knew what the next arc was because it could start off with the most trollish stuff, and you would end up like crying, man. It's that sort of unpredictable storytelling that really made that adventure worthwhile, man.
Like the beginning of Shogun. Oh my god.
It was for the penises, yo. Like come on.
Yeah, the beginning of like I was like, wait, I thought this arc was supposed to be full out serious. When I first got there, I was like, what is happening? And then we got into it, I was like, oh my god.
That's why I love the way that chapter ends, man. Because I'm like, okay, yeah, these two players are in it. I see what Sriracha's doing, bro. I see what Sriracha's doing. I mean, but even like all the other arcs, man, like Shinsengumi Crisis started off with this man Toshi, bro.
Yeah.
Toshi. Thorny arc started with a rap song, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my god. We're about to reach that. Oh man, I can't wait.
Thorny greatness, bro.
Yeah, watching Four Devas was, oh man, that arc is so good. It's
It is.
so good, dude.
It gets better to me with every rewatch, knowing how everything is going down now, bro.
Yes. And the recent chapter with Jirocho, oh my god, bro. And Piroko, yo. Oh, Jirocho, like that whole time I was watching it too, I was like, he just did some goat things in the latest chapter. And he's still still kicking. Freaking
Jirocho, man. Him and his daughter, bro. They stay chilling. They stay chilling, man.
And Piroko's voice actor is Kyoko, yeah, from Madoka, and that's like my brother's favorite anime besides JoJo. So he was really loving her character a lot.
What is that show? The
Madoka Magica. It's
I've heard of that show before.
Yeah, it's great stuff.
Yeah. I see it all the time in my feed.
Yeah. Waiting for a new season. We're getting like a season off of like a game or something. I don't know. It's like this weird spin-off thing.
Let me see. Another quick question for y'all. That's very similar to the character. Oh, hold on, bro. I gotta ask Hassan this, bro. Yo, Hassan, what's good, man?
Oh, what's good, my people? What's good?
Yo, Hassan.
What's good, lads? How's everyone?
I'm going good, bro.
Hey, the feels, bro. It's ending, bro.
I'm telling you, man. But
maybe not for another year.
Yeah, Sriracha's
one more decade.
Oh yeah, hopefully. I think now that that's in, it is in Giga. Do y'all think we're gonna get volumes at least or something?
I think so. Because didn't Beelzebub get a volume after it went to Giga? Because I know that there was a few chapters after its release and stuff they put in Giga.
Jeez, I don't even remember that, man. That's that's crazy.
I didn't even read Beelzebub, but that's the only thing I know.
Dude, I read the series
that's good.
completion, bro. I didn't even know about that yet. Oh,
I mean, that's great news, bro.
Yeah.
If anything, that's good to us.
Yo, Hassan, man, I gotta ask you, bro. What's the Gintama character you find yourself relating to the most? Yeah.
Damn. I'd say probably Kondo.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
My boy.
I mean, Kondo. The way Kondo lives is just, I don't know. It seems so appealing, and sometimes I'll be reflecting on what I do in my own life, and I find some relations there. So, yeah, I feel like Kondo's close to me.
That's a great answer, man. Kondo definitely that's one of my favorites right there, bro.
Hey.
He's the gorilla, yo. I mean, the man. Sriracha thought he was so goat. He decided to dedicate at least 4 out of the last, 8 chapters to the man, yo. So that's how you know Kondo's goat, bro. That's how you know.
Speaking of Kondo, like at the beginning, whenever we first got introduced to the Shinsengumi, Sogo was like my all-time favorite forever. Even everything with Mitsuba and he was my all-time favorite.
Yeah, Mitsuba arc, man.
Yeah,
I always go back to that scene all the time.
Arc.
Yeah. And whenever I think about him, like Sogo's my boy and all, but like throughout the series, Kondo, like he just made his way to number 1. Out of those 3, they're all GOAT, but like if I'm talking my number 1, Kondo, like he just went all the way up because of everything he's done.
After Farewell Shinsengumi, Kondo is my second favorite character in Gintama, and
Really?
Now it's changed. After the series has ended, like I've been able to really rethink my list. But at the time when Farewell Shinsengumi was going down, Kondo was number 2, right under Gin. And and it because I love all three for similar reasons. I mean, for God's sake, bro, Sogo delivered one of my favorite lines ever. This man said, "Don't underestimate Earth's policemen, bro."
Yeah.
I almost threw everything I knew after that. But yeah, I love all three for different reasons. But during Farewell, I just found myself really loving Kondo's character, dog. I was like, come on, man, this dude is so goat. And then after Silver Soul, I rekindled my love for Takatsuki Hatsuke. And now things have changed. Same thing with Shoyo. So it's a tough list to make, man. To make top 10 favorite Gintama characters, that's almost impossible, dog.
Yeah, anything Gintama is so hard to make.
And ranking arcs is hard.
Like all I know is my one, and everything else I don't know, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah, same,
I
man.
don't even.
All I know is my one, bro.
I've tried top 10 openings, top 10 endings. Like I can't pick. I'm done trying.
Hey, you just brought it up, bro. Give it to me on the spot. Top 10 openings, bro. Give it to me, bro.
Oh man.
I mean, number one, it's no.
Okay, I'm there with you.
It will always be there. That and JoJo opening 2 of part 3. Those 2 openings are just.
The world one.
Yeah. Those 2, nothing can top them. If they were ending Gintama, I pick between the first Silver Soul ending and Glorious Days. Yeah.
Oh my god, that was the goal, bro.
It goes
the full version, and then the drum covers, bro. The drum covers,
dude, Hassan and Laz, bro. I know y'all are Haikyuu fans, bro. Yo, listen, man. That song,
fire, bro.
Bro, it goes in, man.
Bro.
And Burnout Syndrome, bro.
Yo, what's poppin', guys, bro?
I always wanted to get in the chat with Standards. I haven't talked to you in a chat ever, so this is awesome. Everyone's here.
Yeah, I know, man. Greatest, bro. I have to say, man, fucking Goatama ended. Fuck.
Yeah, man.
Until December, bro. Then he's come back for Christmas, dog.
Yeah, exactly.
Best Christmas present ever.
I got a huge shout to Kimmy for getting me back into the series, bro. Like many years ago, bro.
Appreciate it, man.
Real, man. Fucking greatest, bro. Like nothing can like take what I experienced, bro. With my
dude,
binge.
I'll never forget watching your videos when you were catching up, bro. You were a huge Yoshiwara mark, bro. I was like, yo, this guy understands, bro. He understands the greatness.
Bro, it's because of Shogun. I would have still been one if it had been for Shogun Assassination, bro.
No, I feel you, bro. Yeah, Shogun.
It's fucking Shogun Assassination, and I came in, bro, because remember that time though we had the whole hype about the Shogun. Remember the trailer dropped, and that was before I started it. You know?
Yeah.
Like guys like Chibi were like right back to it. Then like you're like pushing. I was like, what is this, man? I was like, I have to get back on it, bro. And fucking delivered, bro. More than delivered.
Yeah.
I remember telling the community that after this arc airs, it's going to be similar to what happened with One Piece when Marineford went on the air. That the community will never be the same after this. But I can't wait for the adventure that follows.
Exactly.
And man, it was awesome. Like experiencing Shogun weekly, and I saw so many people I'd never seen talking about Gintama saying catching up. I was like, okay, we're doing something right here, coach. We're doing something
exactly,
right.
bro.
Yeah,
Plus two, like more like guys been doing it, like guys like Lads, you know, Sticker, like I know most people start like making guitar videos and shit, you know.
Yeah,
absolutely. That,
it's weird because it's like I didn't think we were gonna be near the end, but I wanted to be able to like last year like cover Gintama and stuff, and then as soon as like life start coming the way, then Srirachi's like, yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up, and it's like, man, it's like it's so tough because like you don't want like I love like watching the anime. I feel like even to this day, the experience of the anime is always gonna hold just a bit.
It's the best. It's the best.
Yeah, I would say like it's tough because then Shogun in the manga, and then Rakuyo. I love Rakuyo.
Me too, bro. Rakuyo.
Bro.
Like
the thing with Rakuyo is like people underrated in a way because
people hate it, bro.
People feel like Farewell Shinsengumi and Shogun's Assassination are better, but I just view them all in the same.
I agree, Hassan.
Yeah.
Hassan, you know why, bro? Because we had these two. We had Shogun and Farewell Shinsengumi, you know, pretty much like legendary arcs. And Rakuyo, I really like Rakuyo, but Rakuyo is not on the level as Farewell Shinsengumi and Shogun, you know. But I guess most people watched Rakuyo week to week as the first time. They were kind of like used to it, you know what I'm saying? That's how I do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely Srirachi's longest arc up until that point.
So listen, man, that gave me Katsu versus Shokaku in the manga weekly. I was the happiest man on earth, bro. When this man like pulled the thing, he's like, it's not Zura, it's Katsura. It's not Katsura, it's Zura, man.
Bro,
Like,
one of the crazy, bro. Listen, I've been waiting the whole series to have all 4 in one panel, not trolling, bro.
Dude,
all
that
4
double spread.
I remember messaging Recon on Xbox. The moment I saw that episode, I messaged him immediately. I was like, bro, what did I just watch?
Yeah, man.
Because of the way the episode ends, where the ending starts hitting, and you see the 4 goes.
Yeah,
bro, it was amazing, to be honest. The entire journey through Gintama, like
Exactly.
everyone catching up, bro. Everyone catching up loves Gintama, especially towards the 300s. I mean, who doesn't love it at that
Bro, I think, man, the first 20 or so episodes is like the barrier you have to get over.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's the case with every long series.
Bro,
Yeah, it's so weird because I love the comedy right off the bat. I feel like once
Me
I
too.
saw like how like ridiculous it was, it's like, okay, I have to keep going with it. And then it's like once we were getting to the serious parts, it's like I appreciated it, but it's like the comedy was just so too.
Yeah,
it was
the
just
comedy,
too
though.
good.
And I thought the comedy started to hit its stride like later, like around like episode 60. And like,
Bro, when we got like Infant Strife.
Yeah, Infant Strife.
I'm like, yo, this man piped and left.
Dude, I just rewatched that arc, bro. I was dying.
And it's like I always talk about this with Recon. I'm like, listen, if we get that baby at the end of the series with the apple waiting for Gin, I would probably break down.
Get at a dojo like Shoyo, bro, and he's
I would mentally break down. I wouldn't know what to do. Like,
Apple?
Can that please happen?
yeah.
Oh my god. Yo, hey, Stan, bro, I gotta ask you a question. Ask everybody else, man. What is the Gintama character that best represents you, bro? Like, which one do you find yourself relating in most? In out of characters, bro?
He just goes,
fuck. Because someone that relates that I relate to the most, huh?
Yeah.
Fuck. Because
Right off the top of your head, bro.
Okay, not gonna lie, Gintama does have a lot of sadists.
Hey,
You know?
which one?
You know?
So good,
Bro.
man. Like,
I gotta say, sometimes I'm like condo, but not in that sense. You know?
I got you. I feel you. I got you.
Not in that sense, bro. Not in that. Not in the yeah.
Yo, bro, my boy was chilling outside of Otai's house nonstop, bro. Chilling.
He
made it his own house, bro.
Condo's a sick guy.
he is, man.
But Gintoki's forever my goat, bro. Gintoki's my goat.
Hey, facts. I said the same thing, bro.
Fucking goat.
Yeah.
I think everyone here has Gintoki as their number one.
My
Right?
goat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my number
If not number one, at least top 2. Anything lower, then I don't know. Like,
The thing is, she became my goat after Yoshiwara, man. At first, I liked Katsura.
Something too.
Dude, it's funny because I had Sugi at 1 up until
really?
for years, up until I saw a 519, bro. When I saw a 519, I said, nah, bro, Gintoki. I had this man over Solid Snake, dog. This man is the goat, bro.
Easy, bro.
Oh man,
Easy, bro.
But yeah, Takatsugi was my dude, bro. It's because I really love the way that that Srirachi handled Takatsugi because, and he has the same voice actor, but he pretty much handled him in a very similar way that it's Dio, right? And I really like that because Takatsugi to me was like a combination of, he has this awesome Shishio-like design, but he has this mystery of Dio, and I really liked every single time that we saw him because it felt like at the end of the arc he was that thing after you beat a boss in a video game, you get like a level up. For us, it was Takatsugi. So we get this awesome Takatsugi quote, Takatsugi moment in all these different arcs, and I just always look forward to that so much. And we actually got to see him, go face to face with Gintoki. I realized, dang, I like Gintoki more, bro. I like Gintoki more.
Exactly,
but Takatsugi's still right under you, but I love
Exactly,
Gintoki.
bro. I think it's Takatsugi, his mystery. It was like built up, like,
It was
and
perfect.
finally we understood what it was. In
Yeah.
my opinion, it surpassed what I expected.
Same. Yeah.
yeah, especially around the chapters like 519 and onwards, we had characterization for Gintoki and Takatsugi like none else in any other series. That was amazing.
And their voice actors completely understood their characters. Like really.
For sure.
That was probably the greatest performance I've ever heard.
Yeah, I mean that's what makes you appreciate the anime so much because it's like these guys, like when you listen to them, you feel it. It's different from like when you go to another series, like they're trying to act word for word. These people, like they feel as if they're Gintoki. So when it's like you hear Sugita doing like someone else's voice, it's like, no, that's a Gintoki, man.
Yeah.
Because you know that, like what that man put his heart and soul into and stuff. Like
100%, yeah. Especially with the Karakuri voicing right now.
Yeah.
You can see some of it there too.
yeah.
Something about Gen too is like, I never thought anybody. You guys see my profile picture. I never thought anybody was gonna top Joseph. Like ever since I watched JoJo and Hunter x Hunter and a few other series, I was like, okay, no one's topping my boy Joseph. Then Gintama came along, and it took a long time. Like this happened just recently, but Gintoki, he's taken the #1 spot. It's hard to pick, but it just that's how amazing he is.
Just embrace it, bro. Just embrace
Embrace
it.
it, bro. Yeah.
Hey, they have the same voice actor, bro. So shout out to the goat.
Yeah.
Shout out to the goat.
Oh yeah,
Bro.
So
But
good.
I think too with Gintama actually like made me appreciate episodic storytelling. Like it became my favorite type of storytelling, thanks to, in my opinion, man.
Yeah, dude. I'm so glad you said that, man, because for years I was trying to figure out why I loved Bebop, why I loved Futurama, why I loved all these series, right? Whenever I got into Gintama, I was like, I finally understand, man. It's the episodic storytelling nature of this that I really love so much, bro.
and it's really unique. Like none other.
Exactly, bro.
I just love how Gintama, because other series do it, like Hitman Reborn did it, Beelzebub did it, where you know they combined the comedic elements with their serious elements. But Gintama, the way that it was able to intertwine both and make it so unpredictable to where you can start off an episode or start off an arc like Shogun with penis jokes, ended off with the greatest ending like in history. You know, like it's insane. I really appreciate how Sorachi is able to balance the two so well, especially after a certain point. Because in the beginning, he didn't really know how to balance it very well. But as the series went on, man, he just became incredible. Like how could you do the Renho arc, then Thorny, then Gintama, then Korda-san, and then right after that, this Obi Hajime arc, bro? Like he was just on fire, man.
Yeah, he was on a roll.
Something.
Yeah.
Even if you're not a fan of Gintama, you know, you're into what you're into. But even if you're not a fan of Gintama, you have to at least appreciate that Sorachi, he took his time to get to Shogun. He took 300 episodes to get to Takasugi and Gintoki finally meeting and talking to each other and clashing. Like it's like the Marvel movies. It took 10 years to get to Infinity War.
Yeah,
you know, it's weird. I think Recon would even agree with this too. But Conan, it's like the same thing. It's like after like every little case, every little thing that's going on, it's little details being put that will never be forgotten. And once we get to these things, it's not like, oh, he just threw this in here. No, every step of the way, every little part that we got through the story, there's been tiny little details, and all of that fits into this big ass puzzle.
Yo, that's a great point, Lance. I didn't even think about Conan, bro. That's a great comparison right there. Yeah,
Bro,
Conan.
I was listening earlier to the stream. I think Recon, you mentioned how after Red Spider to like Shogun, it's like one of the greatest stretches, and I actually agree, because like from Red Spider to like Shogun, crazy stretch. Freaking great comedy episodes, great arcs, like amazing.
Yeah. If I had to like narrow it down though, I would say from the end of Courtesan to Shogun, or to Farewell, to like from end of Courtesan to 551, probably my favorite stretch of episodes or / chapters, because I love that 2015 Gintama season so much.
Oh my God.
With how it was able to combine the funniest of one shots to the most incredible of just Gintama arcs, with the soul switch gender bend, having the picture reunion arc. It's great stuff, man, and I love it, bro. What would you guys say is your favorite stretch of chapters, if you could say?
I gotta get the notes. I gotta get the notes. Oh man,
he's pulling a melter, bro. Where's the Thorny?
I'd say.
You know what? I think I found. Well, I mean, it's a small portion, but I really like from like Tama Quest all the way up until the end of the Lukaku arc.
Okay.
Kita, so that like the first portion, but then really from there, I think honestly, bro, like from 4 Devas onwards, it just went to like the next realm, because then you had like Jugem, Prison.
I love that Prison arc so much, dog. And then you have the episode that almost got Gintama taken off TV, the coffin, the funeral episodes, bro.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
Gintama was taken off TV, bro.
That's a classic, bro.
Yeah, bro.
That was amazing. To me, like I'd say, other than of course the last saga, which everyone loves and knows that is the greatest stretch. But there's also the from whatever it was, the Mitsuba arc through the Shinsengumi crisis, and then it went to the palace underwater with the with the
Oh,
turtles.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it called? Yeah, and then you get the transition out of nowhere to Yoshiwara.
Oh,
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
There was a lot of great episodes
Yoshiwara
right there.
so
The
gold, man.
JoJo parody stuff was right there.
Yeah.
Tintin was there, bro.
Yeah.
The Namek
Bro,
planet.
Bro, like, we're creating one arc though, Recon. Kintaro, bro.
Okay,
This,
I cannot wait to
this
watch
man
the
Srirachi with a
arc.
parody of Parasite
My
because of
brother.
that arc.
facts.
Bro,
Facts.
you can't forget about the Guardian Spirit mini arc. The Guardian,
Yeah, bro.
Guardian Spirit. That
Oh yeah,
shit
Guardian
fucking-
Spirit was
fucking
hilarious.
amazing. Like,
Doman and Seimei, bro. She was
Dude,
hilarious.
like Srirachi really did know. He was like, you know what? Let me make fun of every single thing I've ever established in the story in Guardian Spirit because Shogun is next. I'm like, whatever, man. I'm gonna make fun of the glasses. I'm gonna. That's why I like so much that stretch of chapters so much because he went in. He said, I'm doing everything I ever wanted to do. I'm saying screw the rules, even though he never had rules to begin with. But you know, he just said, F it, man. Before Shogun, I'm doing everything I've ever wanted to do for this series, dog. And he hit it. He even hits with Gintoki and Suki, man, and Love Potion, for God's sakes.
oh yeah.
Bro, Love Potion was amazing.
Yeah,
it was
bro.
the best fan service arc I've ever seen, to be
Actually, I
honest.
guess that, bro. I fucking ate that shit. I loved it, bro. Like, I loved it, bro. I loved it, bro.
Oh my god.
Oh, right, man.
Man. I loved it, bro.
Yeah, after Four Devas, I told my brother, I was like, we gotta watch the episode after Four Devas,
Oh, yeah,
215.
bro. Odds and
Oh, my
evens,
God.
yo.
Yes, I told him, and we watched it, and he was I was just like, when Takasugi passed by, I told him, I was like, did you see that? And he goes, what? And he just goes, holy crap, that's Takasugi. He just freaks out.
Dude, I remember this was back whenever reactions were rare. I was listening to this one guy. His name was Listen to My Reviews. His name is Eric. He was a really good friend of mine, and he did a reaction to that episode, bro. And I just remember like he was the type of person that didn't really react much, but when he did, you know, it was serious. This man, when he saw Kamui and Takasugi together, like he just like, wait, it's him and it's him. It's the same episode?
That's like the one. That episode is like as of right now, from what he said, he was just like, that is the best standalone episode in Gintama. That was his favorite standalone episode, and man, just because I was holding off on rewatching it again because it's been so long, and rewatching 215, just Kamui and Takasugi, and he realized, he was like, wait, Kagura, Gintoki, Takasugi, Kamui. He was like, when he sees Shogun, he's gonna lose.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait, no question. Man.
Absolutely, bro.
I think that's why Sriracha is such a genius. Like he just kept continuously kept building up that. Like,
Yeah.
like, eventually you will get Kamui
That's
and
what I like
Kagura
about One
together.
Piece right now. That's what I really like about One Piece. It's just
Oh, yeah.
setting up a lot.
Well, that's a great comparison right there to where like there's gonna be a certain arc that you run into in One Piece that is built up from pretty much from Jump Street, and that's how Shogun Assassination is. And I think that's what is really great about these two series is that like Laz was saying earlier about Conan is that, you know, I feel like the best of series always at the end of their arcs, they always leave something else to like, okay, now you have this to look forward to. Like this was godly, but wait until you see what I have planned next.
Yeah.
And I feel like Srirachi does a really good job of that, man. Of course, Oda's the goat at that, but Srirachi has always done a really good job of that. Even in his comedy arc, sometimes he sprinkles that stuff in, man. It's like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like offhanded remarks about the four devas. I remember the episode about with Hasagawa and Gintoki,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and the man I forgot her name.
Otose?
No. It was a gambling episode. Okay, you remember when Gintoki and Jericho they killed Kata?
Yeah.
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 I remember she made like a offhand remark about the four devas,
Yes.
like stuff like that, you know.
Exactly.
And
Just
then,
like back in Benny Zakura, whenever in the middle of the infant strife arc, you run into Nizo of all people,
exactly.
Yeah.
and he's
Yeah.
he's like, I'm one of Takatsugi's dudes, bro. Like, what? I don't know.
That came out of nowhere, bro.
Exactly, bro.
And even the start of Benizakura, when you see Kagura getting shot and potentially being dead, like that's
I thought Katsura died, bro. I was like, what? Katsura?
Yeah.
What's going on?
yeah, bro. Like it was insane, to be honest. And you know the thing with Gintama is like Sorachi managed to amass a massive fan base from the people who just flip through Jump in Japan and see the comedy chapters and love Gintama, and that's how they get hung up on the series. That's amazing.
Exactly, man.
and it's incredible to me because every single time the Sriracha goes in, the ratings would spike in the issues. So like you know you would have your regular fluctuating issues, but during Yoshiwara, during Courtesan, and during Shogun especially, bro, Shogun and Farewell killed it in the rankings.
Oh really? I never checked the ratings for those.
Dude, Shogun.
I have to check it.
Shogun. Well, now granted, Naruto was still in the magazine at the time, so Gintama was competing with the big three, Toriko, all these series, and it was still coming in at top five, because Shogun was just it was going in, and it's always nice, man.
Bro, I love doing the series arcs. You know how you introduce certain characters, like new characters.
Yeah.
I know they're like about to die and shit. That shit was so fucking believable. I think the first time it was back in Yoshiwara when Suki was fighting the Hayaka. I thought she was gonna die because I never knew she was gonna be like a character later on, right? So I was thinking, okay, she might die, you know, like shit like that, you know. I'm like, yo, like he's just such a fucking good writer, bro. Like
exactly, bro, 100%.
Yo, I have to ask one question for y'all because this is a personal question of mine, and since we're all caught up, we can talk about it. What are y'all's thoughts on my main man, one of the most well-written characters I've ever seen, my boy Nobu, bro? What are y'all thoughts on my boy Nobu?
You know, it's crazy because it's like I hated this man's guts for having Shogun, but it's like the first video, if I remember, the first video I did for Gintama, like a triple live reaction, was to his demise. I actually almost shed a tear for the dude. Like to see like how far he was willing to go, that stuff with Katsura and everything, you know, to like, you know, trying to get everything taken care of and stuff, and then just him meeting his end, saying like, you know, maybe I wasn't that bad after all. Maybe you'll be in a better place and stuff compared to what I left it in. It's like, my God.
Shige pops up behind him, bro. He's like,
yeah, dude, that's what got to me. It's like he's like Shige. The reason he's like in the ground in the first place because of his actions and everything, and it's like. Now it's like you open arms to him, like in a way, like you know, it's like, oh man.
I mean, I hate to be that guy, but I'm apparently the one who hates Nob.
Nob. Shout out to my boy Nob.
Hey,
it's like
bro,
when he
I just can't forgive him, bro. I'm sorry, I just can't.
I understand, bro. After what he did to Shige, bro, I completely understand, yeah.
Bro, I forgave him. I actually forgave him. Like when he died, I forgave him, man. Like my heart, like seeing what he did, like all the characters, they still didn't forgive him like that, you know.
Dude,
even Katsura said like, yo, I still didn't completely forgive you, you know?
Yeah.
I kind of like that, you know? I like how not all the people like say, oh, I forgive you, whatever. They still have resentment towards him. And I think that really helped me forgive him myself, you know? Because, I don't know, man, but I hated him. I wanted his head. I wanted to kill him, bro.
Oh, yeah, bro.
I wanted to kill him, bro.
Dude, remember when Gintoki punched him like the Celestial Dragon punch, bro? Like, remember when he...
Hey, listen, Kamui did it, though. Kamui did that for us before it happened.
Yeah.
When he first got introduced, I was like, he may have Hizoka's voice actor, but he's still a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I want to get him punched so bad. Oh my God, man! In the beginning of Farewell Shinzagumi, the most emotionally like the destructive stuff I've ever seen, man. I just want to destroy everything. I was like, well, Shige's dead, Kondo's dead. Like, what's going on, man?
Look, King Recon. I wish I read Farewell Shinzagumi. You know how he said I saw Kondo's head decapitated? I wish I could have experienced that reading it. I kind of want to know how I would like.
Yeah,
bro, I paused for a good like 20 minutes, and I went on the Yotozuya group that we had on that we have on Facebook, and I ranted, bro. I said, why am I subjugated to this piece of garbage, bro? And I just went off on my Hispanic side came out, man. Almost never comes out, bro. I was angry. I was pissed. And then I read the rest of the chapter, and I said, it's the best chapters in the whole series, and here I am.
It all led up to Katsura saying there's a hero right here, man. Like, that's what you know this is greatest, bro. Bro, like, that's my boy, bro. When he had, like, the makeup on, like, I took control of, like, hey, I love him, man.
Yeah.
Yo, Recon.
Dan, bro. I'm happy to have you here, bro.
Yo, Dan, what's good?
Hey, Dan.
Well, what's good, Dan?
Wait, man. Because I was like, alright, let me go sleep. It's midnight. I'm tired. I like set my alarm. I fucking slept straight through it, man.
You just woke up, bro?
I just woke up. And I checked my phone. See, I woke up and I was like, "Oh shit, what's the time?" And I saw your message. I was like, "Fuck."
I mean, but Kondo's here now, so.
Yeah, that's facts. Yo, Dan, bro, I gotta ask you the same question that I've asked everybody else here, man. Who do you think is the Gintama character that represents you the best, man? Like which character do you find yourself relating to the most?
See, I wouldn't say none of them
Okay.
because they're all pity parties, to be honest. I say them all have different aspects of different characters.
That's the same answer I gave. Like I said I'm Hijikata at work and I'm Kagura everywhere else.
If I had to pick one, to be honest, my girlfriend would say Kondo, so I'm unfortunately go with Kondo.
Great choice.
Okay, yo, that's
I'll
3
go-
condos in this call.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still have
I'll
Kondo too.
go with a mix between Kondo, Gin, and
Tintin?
who? I don't know. Someone else.
Oboro?
Kamui Smiles. Kamui Smiles.
I thought you said Biggie Smalls. I was gonna-
Nah, Biggie Smalls, man. Yeah. I wish.
Dead.
Hey, man.
All right, yo, what's that called? This sticker. I wanted to start off with you again because it's the you brought up the idea earlier, man. Favorite opening and ending sticker, man.
Okay.
Come on, okay, I'll refresh myself. So continue sticker.
Like, I got my notes.
I have to get my notes.
Like I said, I've tried. Like I've literally tried on the notes app on my phone, literally forever, to just be like, all right, what's my favorite opening ending? Like I cannot pick my top 10, but I can top 3 maybe. Top 3 openings. No. Beautiful Days, and then
Thank you. Somebody respects Beautiful Days.
oh no, I love Beautiful Days. I love that song.
One day.
Um,
That's just amazing.
number 3. What would number 3 be? I really love Dilemma.
Great choice, man.
I love that
Great opening.
Like,
Especially
that
after the
opening
scandal
hits me.
arc.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like- the opening hits me. Like
It's
it's
perfectly.
it's so sad, but it's like, damn, Gintama. Like
Yeah.
it shows all the arcs and everything. Just that opening
Exactly. Yeah,
is so
man.
good.
All right, so
yeah,
that's actually really good. We'll do 3 for openings
All right.
and endings.
What's good, everyone?
yeah. So Yak.
Oh,
Hey,
It's good to have you on a screen,
yes.
dog.
Whoa.
I know I'm getting like overloaded right now. I got my Wildling brother Asan in here. There's lads in here, stands in. Oh my god.
Like I've talked to you guys on Twitter, but it's nice to actually get in like a full call.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
nice.
man.
Yeah, definitely.
Yo, Yak, bro. I know you've been listening to the stream, man. Hit me with it, bro. Character represents you in Gintama, dog.
Like I almost don't want to answer this because I don't want to be disrespectful.
Okay.
But
I wanna
it's Gintoki and Kagura for sure.
Hey,
Mm,
for
Because
sure.
like Gintoki is that guy where like you if you could pick like the best friend, it would be him. Like
Yeah.
just like for me personally. And then Kagura is just I don't give a bleep about anything pretty much.
Exactly, bro. That's why I love her, bro.
Everybody has Kagura and Gintoki in them.
Yeah, dude.
definitely.
Especially Kagura and Furry, man. Like sometimes, especially whenever I wake up on the wrong side of the bed, bro. I'm hungry, dog. Oh, I'm Kagura 100%, bro.
I know. The way I'm going, I'm gonna need to go to a fat camp just like she did too.
Gotta get some radio exercises going, dog.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Yo, but sticker, man. Hit me within top 3 endings, dog.
Okay, top 3 endings. Let's see. Ending. Probably Glorious Days is number 1.
I respect it.
I love
Greatness.
that ending. I'm gonna pause. Let me think about this. Go to the next person. I'm gonna actually think about this because
I can just list off anything off the top of my head. I don't got problems.
Hey, Hassan, bro. Give it to me, bro. Let's go.
All right, so number 1, I'd say opening 13.
Greatness.
Bro,
Good
opening
man.
13 has to be the best opening ever, period.
in any series.
Yeah, that to me is the epitome of opening.
Visually, it's oh my god,
It's
dude.
amazing,
Bro.
bro.
Even people who don't watch Gintama, bro, they know Gintama from the opening.
That's
That's
facts.
what I'm saying.
Bro, even
even
visually, you see
So
Gintoki
good,
rushing
man.
towards Yoshida Shoyo, and he
Yep.
can catch up to him, and then you see Kagura and Shibachi.
Yeah,
Bro, that was amazing.
There's so many wallpapers too, bro. The Shinsengumi, Takatsugi, Nobume, like
Yeah, bro, it's amazing. It's amazing. Number 2, I'd say the Rakuyo opening.
That's a great one.
That was amazing, bro. That's amazing. And then you got I'd say opening 7. I love opening 7.
Oh yes,
Stairway Generation.
You already know how high that is on my list.
Oh yeah.
Man, all those openings are amazing, to be honest. As far as endings, I'd say the Hana Ichimome, number 1.
Without question.
The sugar ending, bro. Yeah,
Bro, opening 25 and opening 26. I love them openings.
Oh yeah, I mean, Glorious Days and Achimute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Achimute. That shit was
I'd say
amazing.
that would be my top 3. Yeah, Glorious Days, Hana Ichimome, and Achimote ending 26. Those are probably my top 3 endings.
Legendary endings. Bro.
Okay, yo, I got mine, huh? I got mine
All
ready.
right, go ahead, stand, bro.
Okay, so number 3 for opening, I have No. I have to put that in there.
Oh yeah.
Then number 2, I don't think anyone put this, but Wonderland.
Oh yes.
Oh man.
Then yo, bro.
Thorny
I have to
art.
put opening 13 as number 1, bro. Like fuck, watching that while Chorus of the Nation was playing, bro. Oh,
Yeah.
it was
It was amazing.
game over,
It was
bro.
amazing.
Then in terms of ending, I have Nakama, bro. Nakama ending 20. Like that's you can use that song for the end of the
Yakama.
series, bro. Like if you really want to. Ending 20.
Yes.
Then I got
I was just listening to that before I got in the call.
exactly. Oh fuck!
Greatness.
It is fucking hit me with the tears, bro. Then ending. I have ending 9. Fucking ending 9. I just.
That's a really good one.
I think that's the first time we had like showing the ending 2, anyways. Then of course, Kageyata, the
Yes.
Yoshiwara, bro. The AMV.
AMVs, bro.
My God.
Yeah, I think I put
Now
that
I gotta
AMV.
rethink.
That's on my list too, bro. I
my
got
God.
you. Man.
Yo, ending 12. Yo, just the way it fits in the AMV. Oh my God! I think I put that AMV like thousands of times.
I have it downloaded on my phone, bro.
Thousands of times, man. Fucking
My
greatness.
God.
Fucking greatness, bro. Fucking
Absolutely.
greatness.
Yo, Lazma, hit me with it, man.
All right, man.
Yo,
So,
hit us last.
so I went in the note bank. You know, I had to look at all of the notes and everything, and I have to come to terms with these ones. So number 1 at the top 1, Stairway Generation. I was glad
Thank
brought
you.
that up.
Good man.
Number two, because I like my harems and everything, you know, with my boy who up the elevator, so opening 10. And one that I always go back to a lot for like to remember my journey with the series getting into, and I was opening 4.
That's a good one.
Ooh.
That's
Man,
a good one.
you know what? Like opening 4 was my favorite opening of all anime.
Yeah.
Until I heard
It's like-
opening 13.
It's like, bro, it was my
amazing.
favorite. And then it's like after every single opening, it kept on going up and up and up. And it's like, man, that has so much nostalgia to it. And for the endings, I'm gonna go backwards to this one to build this one up. So number 3 was ending 5, where the end where you have like I think it was like Does is the one that
Oh
did
yeah,
the
it does.
ending
Yeah,
5.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
And ended up with Gintoki
They need to
and
come back.
going at it and
Greatness.
stuff. Number 2 is 18's ending, Balanced All.
Yes.
Um,
Whoa.
Yeah, dude. Bro, to me, like when I love 13's visuals, 18's visuals, it's just so beautiful. Even though it's just like the sky and just
And the water, bro. It's the water.
Yeah, that's the same, bro.
No, so my
No.
dust.
But number 1, man, look, I went back to this is nostalgia for me, man. Maybe because I love Katsura and Elizabeth too much, bro. But I gotta go ending 2. I gotta go with Mr. Raindrop.
Oh, good man.
Mr. Raindrop, man.
My brother memes the hell out of that. ending.
Mr. Raindrop, bro, is the goal. That's why Elizabeth is my top 10 for that reason.
Yo, speaking of Elizabeth, I think, and it's bad Elizabeth was on the receiving end of this, but one of my favorite, funniest moments of all time is when Sadaharu is just beating the ever-living shit out of Elizabeth.
Popularity poll, great.
I am shocked.
I couldn't even fathom what I was watching because it's 2 mascots just eating, like just
Yeah, but speaking of
Glorious.
Sadaharu, man, like my favorite Sadaharu moment to this day, and it's back. I think it was episode 265.
Mm-hmm.
Right, man. Like
Yeah.
when we saw him like taking care of like the little dog and stuff, bro, and like how he brought the fish to him at the park.
Yep.
Like that's like one of the first times. Like, yo, for the fact this man made me cry over a dog.
Yeah.
Like that's like like Sarachi's that dude, man.
For the second time. Shout out to Kintaro.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
Come on.
man.
The Maxim.
The Max.
Rocky kills
Bro.
all dogs.
Maxim.
The Max.
I haven't heard that in ages.
Yo, throwback, man.
Yo, hey, Dan, man, hit me with it, bro. Top three.
I almost got my top 5 for both. Give me like 2 minutes.
Okay, all right, Yak, man, hit me with it, bro.
It's rough. It's rough.
I know. I'm sitting here looking at all these myself. I'm like, oh god, I love that one too.
Man, I didn't get prepared for anything. Oh.
No, we don't have notes like Laz does. He's got like
the
paper out here.
The paper's
Laz
so
came
flying
prepared,
slow. I'm still struggling.
All right, so my top 3 openings. Number 3 is opening 1, Prey.
Oh wow.
Like I went through listing all the openings a couple days ago,
That's
and I heard that one. I was like, I haven't heard this one in a minute, and I just love it so much. Opening number 2, or my second one is number 12. Actually, Let's Go Out.
During the Gintama arc. Absolutely.
Yeah, the Gintama arc is my favorite arc of the entire series, just from a favorites, because I think that was when I consciously realized that Gintama was without question my favorite anime ever. I knew it right at the end of that arc. I know Hassan hates that arc, and he and I have talked about this.
Man,
But
I just feel cucked every time I watch that arc, bro.
It's not a bad arc, but it's not like in the top. For me, it's nowhere near the top, bro. Like,
No.
I have it up there, dog. I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's
The thing
somewhere
is,
up there.
it's amazing. It's actually well written and it's good, but I just feel cucked every time I watch it, bro. Like I just can't see Gintoki being treated like that. I just can't stand it, bro.
I see. I disagree with that only because in the beginning, everybody kind of forgot him, but they didn't really forget him though. And by the end of it all, especially the very last scene, is easily top 3 in the entire series for me, where Gintoki has no idea why he lost and why the hell this is happening to him. And Gengai is explaining it to him in perfect detail about how, he's got this silver soul. And Gintoki has this absolutely wonderful monologue after Gintoki yells at him saying, all this shit's going to happen again and again. It's just going to repeat itself. And he's like, you're right. And I can't do anything without the rest of these people. And I'm like, if that is not,
That's my MC, bro.
that's my MC right there.
Toki's the go, bro.
Like, I love me my Luffy, but I tell you what, man.
I feel the same way, bro. I feel the same way.
I apologized in my head. I'm like, I'm so sorry, Luffy, but I can't do this. And then I apologized to Spike from Cowboy Bebop after that. So
Yeah, bro. I apologize to the king. I was like, I'm sorry, king, bro.
right. Sorry, I got sidetracked there. But my number 1 opening is the most recent one. I Want to Be.
Oh, nice.
I love
wanna
that opening,
be
man.
that nigga.
It just once it hits that one note, and everything just goes from there. You're like, oh wow, and like I keep like seeing the visuals, especially when Kagura's mom is hugging the earth. I'm like, oh no, man. Oh. God.
Someone's mic is not working, I think. I don't know. I'm hearing the background voice.
I don't know. I think your mine's fine. My house
I
is
think
quiet
that's
right now.
okay. I don't particularly want to get my good one out. That's for the voice acting stuff, but
Hey.
It's probably Sriracha. He wants royalties.
oh god.
Poor dude. Yeah, the movie's doing very well. They sold
Yeah.
like
I've been hearing good things.
Bro, like, the franchise, like, the anime franchise can keep on going, like, in, like, movies and shit, bro.
Live
Like,
action is the way for
3
Gintama
billion
right
yen.
now.
3 billion yen, bro.
yeah, they sold like 2 million tickets.
Yeah,
That's
Gintama is like the
amazing.
one series I wouldn't mind having more anime episodes than manga chapters, honestly.
bro, it can work, to be honest, bro. Like, you can have, like, chances about anyone doing whatever shit, bro. It doesn't matter, man.
Facts.
Dude,
Dude, look at what Sriracha did with Gorillas and Kondo, bro. Like, give me a whole arc, man. I don't
Yeah, that arc was such a cool fire. If it was a sub arc, it was fire, man.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys.
Yo, Junior's top 5, bro.
Hey, he's sick in the head. This man used my middle name for a character. That guy's sick.
Bro,
Oh my god.
I feel Sriracha is like he's not exhausted as a mangaka. You know how guys like Oda, they're like they don't sleep and shit. I
Yeah.
feel Sriracha is like living life. You know, I don't know why.
Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. Roppongi Hills. There's something about those hills, man.
Yeah, man.
I feel like I feel like Sriracha for the first half of his manga was eating beans, bro. Like he that's all he had to eat. And then after the anime, after movie 2 became successful, bro, this man just started living high, bro. He was like, I don't care no more, dog. If my manga gets canceled, like, it gets canceled, bro. I don't care.
Nah.
Yeah, for real, Sriracha's balls must be the size of Saturn, for real.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah.
Recon,
Yo,
I got,
right now, talk to you guys about Gintama. I'm getting back all these memories from my binge, bro. It's fucking like,
Yeah.
oh my
Yeah,
god.
man,
bro.
nothing beats that binge, man. I think like if there's a lot of series we got into and like to have our experiences, but like that first binge of Gintama, man, with
Oh
the
my
anime,
God.
especially, like it's
Oh
it's
my
next
God.
level because like you feel like there's just so much greatnest that you've already experienced, and yet
Oh
like
my
a lot of
gosh,
people
bro.
say, yeah,
Yes.
this is nothing, yeah, this is just an appetizer.
Bro,
Like,
fuck, bro. Like,
I
yo,
thought Benny Zakura was like the big goat, and then it's like, have you got the Yoshiwara? Have you seen Court's Elimination? Have you seen
bro.
I'm telling you, right after Benny Zakura, I bought a Gintoki figure.
I didn't think this man could write anything better than Fort Davis, bro.
Yeah,
and,
dude,
and I
Fort
was
Davis,
wrong, bro. I was.
And the thing is, bro, I like no one spoiled shit, huh? I was so surprised when I was watching.
Yeah,
it.
I would never.
I knew nothing, bro. I actually knew.
Yeah.
Bro, me too. Like I jumped in the series like I didn't know anything. And actually, I jumped in the series because of Recon recommended
Yes,
it,
yeah.
and it was amazing, bro. The catch up journey was amazing, to be honest.
Yo, it's funny too. Guitar was always going on the up. Shit was like the quality of everything was going
Yeah,
up.
it never
bro.
dropped.
The quality of everything, bro. Its openings,
Fuck,
its
man.
endings, it's the series itself, the
It
writing,
just gets better.
everything.
if I remember correctly, Recon, I swear you uploaded a video like ages ago when you were watching Gintama like for the first time. Did you upload some like video that was like 30 seconds of you raving about episode 211?
I did one for episode 211 and I did one for episode 246 in Thorny. I did one for both of them.
I thought you had been on Gintama for ages at that point.
No, yeah, it's because I watched the original season up until 201, and then whenever Gintama went on its break, I hadn't watched it in a long time, bro. I barely remembered a lot of stuff. And then John from the Facebook group, he got me back into it, and I just got so obsessed with it, bro. I was like, yo, this is 10 times better than I remembered it being.
So you rewatched all those episodes again?
Yeah.
Wow.
Bro, man, fuck. I want to experience something like that. I need an experience like that again, bro. Like, I should, like, fuck, bro.
Gintama
Dude,
gets
I ain't gonna lie, Stan, bro. Stan, watch Conan, bro. Or
Conan, I have to, bro.
read / watch Conan, because Conan is the closest thing that anything's gotten to Gintama in terms of that experience, bro. Like switching between serious and comedy, serious comedy. Like, yo, Conan got you, bro.
Yeah, it's
I need shit, a
heavy
lot of
stuff,
episodes
man.
too, bro. I need stuff like a lot of episodes, bro.
Trust me, Conan got mad episodes,
Yeah.
but I would say for the
OP
first, I would say for the first part of Conan, I would say get into like the manga for certain reasons I can't say here, but
Yeah, agreed. Yeah.
Okay.
Yo, Recon, I got my list, man.
Okay. Well, hold on. Let Yak give his endings, and then you can go down.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I still gotta do that.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Let's see. My number 3 is ending number 8, Speed of Flow.
Oh, that's
Ooh, nice.
Speed of, oh, man.
Mm-hmm.
The nostalgia's hitting me, bro. Stop, bro. Fuck.
I can't stop. I've been ordered to review the list.
Fuck.
My number 2 is Samurai Heart.
Oh, yes.
classic.
Of course.
Samurai Heart.
oh man,
And then, of course, number 1 is Hana Ichimonme. That is.
I think everyone loves that in the same level, bro. That ending is amazing, bro.
It's special. Every time I hear it, I like instantly instant transmission to some field, and like I'm just looking at the clouds as I'm hearing that song. Every nostalgic feeling I've ever had in my life. That's
Yak. You gotta watch it. Watch the drum cover of the full version. It's amazing, bro. I'll link it in the Discord.
Yeah, I think I know which one you're talking about. I think because I forgot what the dude's name is, but he makes phenomenal drum covers, yo. I think it's the same dude.
Yeah.
It's the same one that did the one for the Boruto ending, right? For
Exactly.
Boruto. Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up. But while we're on the top, I think Dan was gonna give his list, right?
Yeah. Go ahead, Daniel, bro.
All right. It's only a rough list, right?
Okay.
I haven't heard anyone bring this up. Number 5, I put Kagonyato from Yoronuki Gintama-san.
Ah, very nice.
I think it's Yoronuki 4.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
Nice.
I love the crows in that.
I know, man. Especially now we know about Utsuro.
Yeah, bro. Shout out to
Number
the
4.
organization, but
I know, man. Number 4, I put Day by Day.
go day by day by day by day.
I would say I put Day by Day in there. It's not necessarily my number. If I chose them on song, it probably wouldn't be number 4. But I remember when I finished Gintama and I only had to wait a month for it to come back. But that month felt like 10 months. So when I heard that opening for the first time, that brings back a lot of good memories.
Yeah, man.
That's why it's in my top 5.
I agree, man.
Number 3, Light Infection.
Greatness, bro.
I know, I love it. It was my number 1 for a long time. Number 2, No No No, and number 1, Sakura meets Sasuke, No Surprise.
I do remember last time you and I did this in a stream, you did have Light Infection number 1, yo. That's facts.
Really?
Yeah, I because you held a stream. It was you, me, Makenshi, and Ryan, if I'm not mistaken. When we were talking about our, it was a trivia thing. But then at the end of the trivia, I think we did a top favorite endings and openings, and I think you put it number 1. If I'm mistaken.
Really? Oh man, I must have been on some shit that day. All right. I still got my notes for that. Actually, it's just like in my, it's just in my bookshelf that needs clearing out. I just shove everything in there. I think I still got a few in there. Some of our wrestling drafts and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they're all in there. All right, my endings. Number 5, I put Sayonara no Sora, ending 16.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4, Shura.
Greatness.
Number 3, Hana Ichimome. Number 2, Balance Doll.
Yes.
Number 1, Glorious Days.
Go.
Yo,
Blame.
Glorious Days is amazing.
Great choices.
Yo.
No matter what ending ever happened, nothing will ever overtake Glorious Days, because that first time I watched Glorious Days, when I wasn't expecting anything.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, cool, we got some new endings, everything's coming. Whatever, cool. And then when I was not expecting that.
I
didn't know
marked out
Shogun
so
assassinated.
hard, bro. I was like,
I was freaking out, man.
God, man. Yo, let me. I'm gonna hit you with my top 3 real quick.
Okay.
When it comes to both, man. When it comes to endings, listen, man. I'm a Shogun tard, bro. I got number 3. I got Beautiful Days, dog. I love that opening so much, man. Especially the version whenever they introduce the Shogun visuals for the first time. It is so good, and I love how it takes place because the song itself is a representation of how the anime is going at that time. It is the beautiful days, and those beautiful days are coming to an end soon, bro. You go straight from having that opening, and that opening also representing Shogun Assassination, and goes into no. I love that transition so much. And number 2, Stairway Generation. No question, bro. Opening 7, greatness, bro.
Opening 7 was amazing, bro.
Opening 7,
Stairway Generation.
It goes out, man. My number 1.
Like my robotics class, listening to opening 7 like all the time.
I'm telling you, bro. I like, and then right after that, man, my number 1 is a specific version of this opening, bro. It is episode 305's No, man. With Gintoki and Takatsuki's backstory happening across the screen as it happens. It's the only episode that has it, man. But it is so freaking good, bro. I'd even take the Farewell to Tsugumi version of the opening, too. They're both really good. For No. Now, when it comes to the endings, man, I got an honorable mention. Destiny.
Oh, shut up.
That ending.
Good man. Good man.
Bro,
And
My eyes are sweating.
Bro, you know what? The one that I like that is kind of odd. It was on episode 75, I think, and it was the Necromancer by what was her name? Otsu. That shit was hilarious. It was amazing, bro. Oh god. Hey, but talking about the civil war that we got in the Gintama fandom, that about Nobume versus Tsukuyo. I think this should be settled once and for all.
Yeah, Sakuyo, as you should.
Sukiyo, bro.
Yeah,
Easy, bro.
hey,
That's those
the actual last.
That is correct. That's correct.
Hey, man. Some days it swings either or for me, bro. I'm be honest with you,
Yeah.
bro.
Always Tsukio.
Nobume. Sometimes I'm like, man, there's something about a lady in uniform, dog. It's woo. Nobume, dog.
Yeah, like, always Tsukio,
So
bro.
y'all are probably gonna poke fun at me for this, but me personally, I don't know what it is, but I just have this slight little crush on Otai, and I can't quite.
Really?
Hey, I understand, bro. Hey, shout out to Kondo.
Hey man, I know I said I'm like Kondo, but not in that
Yeah, I'm
area.
gonna get killed for this too, and Hassan knows what I'm about to say.
I rifle her.
No, please, no, bro.
Okay.
Bro, it took me a while for Ota to grow on me. I didn't like her at first, but she grew on me.
I loved Otai after that scene in Benizakura with the
Yes.
umbrella.
You know where
After that.
I loved Otai was in Be Forever Yorozuya.
Oh yes, great point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was to me, that's the highest point to me of Otai.
Yeah, the one that I would hit, but at the same time give myself check the next day is Saratobi.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because I feel like she's great, but it's like you gotta be real careful with that.
Toby. Yo, shout out to Sasha, man. Sasha greatness.
For sure.
Yeah.
No, but Suki's my
It's like
favorite.
Tama's my
Suki, man.
Tama is
Tama,
that
yeah.
that's my girl, bro. But
She's my number 3 favorite character.
Yo, Recon, you
Yeah.
can't be saying that, man. Tama's little girl.
a
Well, I mean,
pre-death,
she's a robot anyway.
pre-death. And then after that, you know, we no longer discuss it. But
No, you guys know what the real goat ship of the series is?
Oh,
Yamazaki and Tama.
that's actually
Yes.
Hey, that's nice.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
Yamazaki's a RoboCop.
I thought we were gonna say Tamagura though.
Technically, it's a three-way because it's Anpan, then it's Yamazaki, and then it's Tama.
Oh, you guys. Speaking of Yamazaki,
So the real ship is Sorachi and the fans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The real
Gorillas
gorilla.
and Sorachi.
It's Kondo and that gorilla, man.
Yeah, I want to ask you guys a question. What would be, besides Shogun, because that arc is, besides Shogun, what would your guys' favorite experience of an arc be in Gintama?
Yoshiwara.
Yes.
Game over.
Yes.
Fucking Yoshiwara.
Same here. Bro.
Yoshiwara.
For me, it was 4 Damas.
Oh yes, same for me, Yak. Yep, 4 Davis for me as well.
Because
Like when Goichiro showed up, and he put Gintoki through the woodshed. I'm like, what? What is this?
I thought Otose was dead, bro. Like I say that all the time, man. I was so shook. I mean, Dan was talking about it earlier. I made a 30-second hype video over it, bro. I was like, yo, this is this is insane, bro.
Oh my god! Like I'm not a reactor either, but the second I saw that, I literally said, WTF, and I was screaming at my television. I never ever do that, but I was like, you can't do this to the one he's got to pay his rent to someday.
Yeah,
Bro, we're spoiled, bro. Sorachi spoiled us. He actually spoiled us, bro. What the fuck? Like, we don't deserve this greatness, bro. Like, what the fuck?
I know, man.
for Yoshiwara though, there is my experience with Yoshiwara. I'll try to make this quick. So I got home that day and I watched say the first 2 or 3 episodes before the arc, and I was watching my daily Gintama from getting home from school, and I realized I was on an arc, and I didn't get hyped up or anything. I realized I was on an arc, and when you're on an arc in Gintama, you gotta prepare for stuff like that. And what I did was I don't know what I was doing for the rest of the day, but what I remember is that I watched part of the arc at my TV, but I think I watched the episode with Kagura versus Abuto, and then once you watch that episode, you're not putting Yoshiwara down.
For sure.
Yeah.
So what I proceeded to do, this is the dumbest but the most amazing thing I've ever done. I built kind of a fort in my closet to watch Yoshiwara. So I didn't wake up anybody else in the house, and that experience was and hearing ending 12 Kageyata.
Oh my gosh, right?
Greatness,
Fucking
bro.
crazy.
The greatness.
I can't.
Yo, I'll tell you my experience, which is kind of a bit worse. I could have took an L. So, I was starting the arc, right? I saw hosting at first. I was thinking it was going to be like a short one. I thought it was going to be a good arc,
Yeah.
That was stupid of me of thinking that in the first place. I mean, I had an exam at noon. the next day.
No.
So me, I'm like, yeah, I'm watching first episode. I'm gonna see what's popping. And this is like
that's
midnight.
metal, man.
Cause like when I was catching up to Gintama, I always watch it at nighttime, bro. Lights off. I sit down and watch. I'm watching. Oh, like all the shit went down. When Kaga versus Abuto hit, I was game over, man. I was gonna finish the arc. Fucking stay up till like 5 a.m.
That's a long arc too.
And this is back when I was making my like after I watched the series arc, I'll make like my reaction video on it.
Yep, I watched that.
Yeah,
I remember,
fucking
yeah.
goodness. I went,
I think I remember that.
woke up late, went to my exam late. The prof looked at me like, "Yo, it's all good, bro. Write it." Ace that fucking exam. And as I was writing the exam, Eddie told was playing in my head, non-stop, bro. Non-fucking stop, bro.
My Oshi
I
flipping
remember
the
school
bar.
the next day was terrible. I just could not think. I could not stop thinking about what Kagura did. I was like, no, my girl Kagura. Like, why?
See,
I
when-
couldn't stop.
Yeah, I mean, it's so tough for me because it's like I love core scene of a nation.
Greatness.
When I was catching up,
absolutely amazing.
bro,
arc.
and listen, was I the only one that when I was catching up to the series thought that Oboro and Tokyo Brothers or something?
Yes.
I thought that too. I thought Jirocho was Toki's father.
And that's the same. I'm like, yo, like they're playing it out. Like, yo, what is this? And then we see like the back flashback with Shoyo went in, like the pinky swear, like, cause I like, bro, I'm like, yo, and he's like, yo, say a little sensei for me, bro. That's the time I threw the chair. I'm like, how much more hype can you get? And he still survived. And then we're gonna hold the Mukuro stuff with Nobume's name, and then
Greatness.
Takasugi off thing, Shigeshige's cousin, like
Facts, bro. Yo, last.
Such a gold
I
arc.
wished I was
Yeah,
cheesed about
bro.
that arc. You know why?
yeah, man.
I wanted more episodes of that arc.
Yeah, dude.
I want fucking more. I'm like,
But what made me appreciate it more is like even though it was like supposed to be one of the main things, but with the old couple and stuff, right?
Yeah,
the
that was
old
beautiful.
court scene, and then how that came to an end at the end of the arc and stuff, man. It's like because you have so much greatness and you had that little thing that started off that I felt kind of got forgotten a little bit until we got pulled back into it after, man.
yeah,
Like,
man, fucking greatest, bro. Even like the comedy.
Yeah,
the comedy at
bro.
the start was
Bro,
fucking
bro, with Shige, bro, that with
Yeah.
the that shit was gold.
Yeah.
Drunk Suki. Oh man.
I know. I'll never forget, bro, when Toki saved Tsukuyo, man, for being like off, bro. Like that moment, bro. I'm like, yo, that's my man.
The pinky scene, bro. Whatever.
Shit.
And then
Oh,
he
you know-
takes a nose hair, and then Suki throws a dagger at him.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
Listen,
yes.
man. I need Tsukuyo and Gintoki to have like 10 kids together, man. Otherwise,
Factual, bro.
I'm with
say
you.
that, say that again,
Hey,
bro.
Guys, I gotta be honest. Like you saying all these stories, but I feel like I'm taking an L because my memory is like good in general. But for some reason, I don't remember like shit about my guitar. I don't remember.
Hey,
like,
you need to
anything.
rewatch, bro. You need to rewatch.
I
You never
saw,
rewatched,
like,
bro.
no, I remember like all the episodes. Like I can tell you like because I mean I've rewatched like the series when like Mackenzie was watching it. Like I watched it when he watched it, and like Stan when he uploaded like Ken Senpai. Like so I've seen the episodes like loads of times, but for the first time I watched it, I hardly remember anything. It was like it was like what, 3 years ago, not that long ago.
Oh, really? That's the same time I did it, because I started on 3 years ago, too.
I just
And me, I remember it like
I
that,
just
too.
don't remember like.
I'll
anything.
I'll never forget whenever I kept pestering Dan telling him to read Shogun, bro. Because Dan was an anime
I
only,
know,
bro.
man.
I kept telling him, I was like, Dan, bro, you have to read this arc, bro. You don't understand. You're a Gintama Tar,
Yes,
like me, bro.
I do remember stuff from the 2015 and when I read the manga onwards. I do remember that, and I do remember you pestering me.
I needed somebody to talk to about it, bro. I was like, man, this is godly, bro.
I tell you what.
What was going on? I knew Kondo was your character, so I was like, bro, this man needs to catch up to the manga. Dog.
That's what I was gonna say. My answer to the question would have to be Fellshin Sengoku, man. My best memory, because it's also worst memories. But
yeah,
because
bro,
when I was reading that, and you know the stuff, you see the panel of Kondo early on in Fellshin Sengoku.
yeah.
Oh my
I
God.
was reading on my iPad, right, and I was just on the sofa in the living room, and I swear I dropped it when I saw that, and I was like staring in space for like 5 minutes.
I'm telling you,
And
it's a devastating panel, dog.
I know.
It is, bro.
And
You-
I think
I wish I
think my
read that.
brother
Honestly, I
walked in.
wished.
I
Yeah.
think my brother walked in and he was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And I was like, "What?" I was like, "I can't read. I just can't read the
Yeah.
next page."
Well, the worst one for me is like when he's by the tree and stuff,
Yeah.
man. When Hijikata sees him, like when you see that scene, it's just like, bro, like what?
That's
like,
what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
man.
I couldn't get past it.
Yeah,
And then
it's like,
when I saw that next panel, it was a dream.
Yeah, bro. And then when, like,
man,
I love
was
like the scream
pissed.
with Gintoki and stuff when like parallel with him and like Kondo screaming like "Let's go!" Like
Greatness, greatness.
But the thing is, Dan, like you're saying now, like now we can look back on it and say it was a dream. At the time, I didn't know if it was a dream or not, bro. So
Me
like I
neither.
was waiting for anything, and then finally we got to see him in the prison together, him and Katsura. But
Yeah.
for at least 3 chapters, bro, I'm over here. I'm stressing hard, Skip. I'm like, bro, hold on.
Me too.
Bro. There's no way Kondo's dead, bro. And the way that chapter ended, the way the demon cried, the Shizukumi's disbanding, I was like, nah, Kondo's dead, bro. He's dead, bro. Like,
No, I thought the same because like I don't know about you guys, but like a lot of the time, like I'm not like a spastic, but when I'm reading manga, sometimes if I'm confused, it's a lot easier. It's a lot harder to like grasp
Yeah.
what's happening than if I'm watching it in the anime because like I don't know, it just makes it clearer or whatever. So when I was reading it, I was like skipping through the pages quick because I had to see if Kondo was dead or not, right? So pacing through the chapter, and like you said, like, I got to the end of the chapter, and I was like, I must have just completely missed where like. I think I saw that he was okay, but I wasn't sure like what had happened.
Mhm.
So I was like, wait, is he still like getting executed, but it just hasn't happened yet? And I just completely missed where Hijikata said it was a dream or whatever. Oh no, it was that little kid. And yeah, like you said, like 3 chapters, I still didn't know, and I was getting pissed
me too.
because I was like, has he just killed off? Because I felt like it's just a dig at my favorite character. You know, it just killed him
and it was
like that.
believable because he just killed Chikishige, so we're like, oh, hold on,
I
bro.
know.
Like Kondo would actually be dead, bro. Oh man.
Oh man.
Yo, the farewell Shinsengumi weekly experience was some of the craziest stuff I've ever experienced because
Imagine,
after Shige passed, all of us were saying, all right, this arc is named this. Kondo didn't die, but I guarantee you one of these guys are dying, and every single week there was a new. Oh, this
Spoilers,
is this is a death flag for Hiji. This is a death flag for Sogo. This is a death flag for Kondo.
Mhm.
Bro,
I do remember
one
when,
week. 1 week, when Sogo was fighting Utsuro, bro, somebody caught a panel. I don't know why this was the only panel that was released, bro. But somebody caught a panel, this man on the floor, and he looked like he was dead, bro. Everyone was.
Yo, I remember that panel. Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
How did y'all feel when Utsuro was revealed to be
I was just about to ask that.
It was my most reread chapter. I think it still is my most reread chapter.
Wait, I got Rico knows story because that's funny enough. That chapter I caught up on the day that chapter dropped. So
Yeah.
I've been seeing all this shit on like Facebook and like Twitter and Instagram, whatever. That's what made me catch up because I was seeing all these panels of Utsuro and I was like, I don't want to get spoiled on like if this is him or not. So
people had a hunch.
Yes.
A hunch that it was him.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean you can't not.
Yeah,
the
we
first
were-
time I
we-
saw it, I know.
We were
remember-
we were stressing hard. We were like, yo, if this, but we were like, it can't be him. There's no way there could possibly be Shoyo.
What? They explained it, bro. Like it was perfect.
What are you correct?
Explanation.
Yeah, man. I'll just
But
never
I
forget
got-
because that chapter was just. It's such an easy read, that chapter is, but it is the most crazy, most insane. Especially me. 519 is the chapter I hold the most precious in my heart, yo. Like, bro. I was really conflicted within myself because I didn't know anything about the time. I didn't know why Surashi was doing this. I didn't know what Utsuro was or what Shoyo was. So I was like, bro, like, is my favorite chapter all for nothing? And then of course, like he eased my worries later on. But man, there was a legit concern, and that's why the Gintama community split after that chapter.
Yeah,
came out.
I heard fans
It's-
like
it
got
was-
really turned off.
To
by
be
it,
honest, like
Yeah.
looking back at that, it's kind of like I'm not gonna say like it's heartbreaking, like seeing how like the community split, but it is in a way, like to a massive Gintama fan,
I don't know, but like yo,
because
yeah, like
the
that.
community used to be like, I remember at least like the Facebook community in like Gyaldon Savior was so like tight knit.
Yep.
And, like-
We were a family, dog.
I know,
It was
and then
straight up
Sorachi killed us,
Goatama,
man.
all anime, all manga. Like, bro, we were tards, bro.
Sorachi Disney Itachi on us, man.
Yeah.
God
Bro,
He
damn.
came in,
I'm just
he
saying,
came
man.
in and killed the family.
Yo,
But
like
what was incredible for me was that when Farewell was airing in the anime, the overwhelming positive response to episode
know.
314 was
Man, you
incredible.
can't watch that episode and not be hyped.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I watched all
Like-
these people's reactions and everyone. I'm like, bro, not one of them is asking the questions that we were in the manga. Like all of them are
I know.
actually what Sriracha was
They're
intending.
two very different communities, though.
Yeah, that's true. That's a
Oh,
good
the
point.
thing is, felt like like Gintama's been quality up to this point, and if something like that happened, like it's fair. You have to at least give Sriracha the benefit of the doubt
Absolutely.
and wait and see what it was.
Yeah.
So I feel the people who did drop it, I'm like, that's not really fair, lad. Like, come on, like it's been quality since the jump. Come on,
Yeah, man.
Yeah, whenever Yutaro got revealed in the opening for the first time, I remember like when I saw that, I was like, hold up. Nobody has said, and I'm so thankful for this to this day, that I did not get spoiled on Yutaro, and I didn't really get spoiled on anything on Gintama, which I'm just so happy about. And
Lucky you.
but and seeing Yutaro, I was like, there's no way that can be Shoyo. Like I was losing my mind. I was like, I'd never heard about this guy. I heard all the stuff about Takasugi, but I heard nothing, absolutely nothing about Yutaro. And seeing him in the opening, I was blown away. And when Gintoki was screaming, he's like, who is that? And he was just screaming and everything.
Yeah, bro.
Oh,
That was phenomenal.
Speak of that, you remember when Utaro said, "Yo, your sword can't reach me"?
Yes.
Cut Gintoki's deck.
Bruh.
That was
Yeah.
fucking like, I was just like goosebumps. Oh
I couldn't stop rereading it, bro. It was too good. I was like, yo, there's like what?
Yeah.
Your sword can't reach me.
That's
man.
crazy.
Oh,
My
That was a
experience
crazy
with
day.
My experience with it was a bit odd. It was like kind of on some Uzumaki-kan shit. Someone spoiled me on Twitter, and then I knew who Utsuro was gonna be. But then when I was watching, I was tearing up, bro. Even though I knew who it was and
Man.
the sword and everything, bro.
is.
Even though I
inevitable,
knew,
man.
it was hard, bro.
Yeah, I mean that's tough for me because like in the manga reading weekly, it's like when like the way Sriracha drew it and stuff too with the mask and everything. It's like yeah, I mean like anyone has long hair like Shoyo, you can't always suspect it's gonna be, but it's like the way that thing was done, where like Gintoki's going at this person, and then like how he just froze up.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was like one of those times where it's like we saw what happened with Jirocho, like he couldn't do much there, but this is the first time where it's like he just couldn't like lift the sword to cut this person down, and then Utsuro was like saying like no matter what, you'll never be able to cut me down.
Yeah. Your sword cannot reach
and he still
me.
has it.
Yeah, and then Cockroach like blocking it, bro. Like
That was
oh
goat.
my god.
God.
And then my boy Gintoki said, "Be gone, ghost, bro." Let's go. That was so
Hey,
godly.
but I know you agree. I'm sure any manga would agree. Like as amazing as that episode was, the one nitpick I would have is in the manga when he said ghost and the anime said specter, and I was like,
Yeah, it didn't bother me as much.
That was
but I
the
do see what
one
you're saying.
thing that I would change about that.
Yeah, they used the
The man said,
translation
"Be
there.
gone, ghost," and he's
I know.
I was like,
yeah.
when he
dude.
said that, like everyone reading that was hyped.
yeah.
Okay, look here, I'm kind of envious of you guys because you guys experienced like Farewell Sutsuguri Shogun in the manga,
Yeah.
but at the same time I'm not because like well, fuck, I really want to see Kondo decapitated in the manga. I want like that's the one thing. I wish
No. I
Yeah.
tell you do not want to see that, bro.
Yeah.
That
Sure?
holds me to this day. That holds me to this day.
Stan, bro. Like,
see that in your nightmares,
to
bro.
this day, it still hurts, bro. I'm like, I never trust Sriracha for one panel, bro. Like, bro, when he's the coach.
Not be trusted.
Fuck that. Yo, you guys think fuck man. Yo, you guys
When
think
that
AK?
episode,
Yeah, go
no,
on,
sorry,
go
go
on.
on.
No, go on.
Okay. when that episode
okay.
dropped, right? I remember. So I watched the episode getting hype, whatever, and then my brother Charlie was. He was an anime only at the time, so I could hear him in his room downstairs watching it. Right, because he was getting so gassed, and his I think his room is directly beneath mine. So I remember I had my ear to the floor, like listening to him, like watch the episode, because he had that shit turned up loud, man. And I think the day before the episode came out, like obviously everyone was like getting hyped about Utsuro, right? And Charlie knew who Utsuro was as a character, but he didn't know like the stuff was show. He just heard the name. So yeah, I don't know how many of you guys know Ed. He's a Patchy Boy on Twitter.
Oh yeah, I know.
I know.
I follow him.
He's probably watching it. Shout.
Yeah. I know it's really early where he is, but
Yeah, true. He said to Charlie, he was like, "Oh man, you got excited for the episode tomorrow's channel." He's like, "Yeah, Utsuro is Mutsu," and Charlie got so like pissed because he thought it had been spoiled.
Mutsu?
That was how bad. Yeah, and the reason he said it, the reason he said it was because Charlie said something about like he saw a load of people gassing Mutsu. So Ed saw that as a way to like stop him from getting spoiled.
That makes sense for what was going on in the manga at the time.
I know,
dog.
yeah.
I gotcha. Okay,
I think it was the stuff with like in Rakugo when
Yes.
she got like shot and stuff.
Yes. Yeah.
And then so Ed thought, like, oh, I'll say that to like mean he won't get spoiled. So when I remember when he I was listening to him watch that episode, and he was freaking out, and the amount of times he was like, he was marking out because he thought it was Mutsu, and he was like pissed until they started teasing that it was Shoyo. He was freaking out, trying like, oh my fucking god, like Dad, you gotta come in.
Yeah, man.
Downstairs. Look at memories, man.
Before I move on to ask y'all another question, I just want to touch upon 544 one more time, because this I love
actually.
I love this chapter so much, and episode 314 slash 544. It's a very, very special moment for Gintama fans. But for me in particular, like I said before, as a fan of everything leading up to that point and of the entire Yoshida Shoyo story, when I saw it, like I said, I had so many conflicting emotions. But I was like, yo, if this man Shoyo is real deal about to be the final villain, bro, you know how godly this man Suraji could make it be? And he ended up making it really, really godly, bro. Like everything that I could have ever wanted from a story between those two characters is still not over. It's still not over, bro. I still need that moment that I've been waiting for the entire series, where it's Takatsuki, it's Katsuru, and it's getting one more time in front of Shoyo. Bro. I need it, bro.
Yeah, because we all thought that was gonna happen.
Yeah, man.
We were like,
we need that.
We're not gonna get our moment. And then Sriracha just comes back. He's like, no, I got you. We gotta get it.
And I'm telling you, man, and that entire Shoyo and Gintoki relationship is arguably, aside from the Yodozuya and Shinsengumi relationships, that is probably my favorite relationship. It's my favorite teacher-student relationship in manga for sure.
100%.
Between Gin and Shoyo, and when I saw that happen, like, it really hurt, and I just had so many questions that I'm so happy that Surachi started off the Rakuyu arc and just answering one simple question, and that is that Shoyo at the end of the day, or Utsuro, even though he is Shoyo, or I'm sorry, even though Utsuro does have all these like emotions dispatch, he is still going to be Shoyo at the end of the series, bro. And that was confirmed to me with chapter 5.
Godly, man.
Because in the beginning of Rakuyo, when he says, "You're the only one that can cut me down, Gintoki," but remember, it has to be as a human sword, bro. Not as a monster sword, as a human sword. I was like, yo, Surachi, all of my doubts, all of my everything was just wiped away right there. I said, this man got me, bro. He knows how much I care about this entire relationship between these two characters, and he is going to deliver upon it, man. And I love that he started off Rakuyo with that chapter, and
Amen.
I just wanted to get that off my chest, yo.
I want to say quick as well. I didn't get to say when we were talking about 544, but I would say that you were saying that like, oh, you spend like, how many times you reread that chapter on the same day and stuff. I think I only reread it once, because most of the time I was I'm sure you remember there was that in a Good Old Lord and Savior, there was the thread, and people were like freaking out, and I was there most of the time, like spending my day convincing people that they can trust Sorachi.
Yeah,
because people
believe it's Sorachi.
Because people were bugging, man, and people were shitting all over it, and I was putting people straight. And I think I said to you, like, I can't remember what it is you said, Recon, but I remember I wrote some like essay.
Yeah, I
said,
did. Yeah.
I said some like essay about like because people were saying like, oh, it renders 519 like it's not important.
Yeah.
And I was saying like, oh, but it still happened, and he still had to go through the emotions of like killing his teacher, and
precisely
he still lost like Takasugi, and he's had to live with it. All the stuff still happened. It's just now he has to do it again.
Yeah, and that's whenever I told you, I said that's just gonna kill me, because I think that'll be for me worse than 519, It technically was, but when I saw what happened in 679, whenever he had baby Shoyo and he was about to do it, bro, that decimated me, man.
Yeah,
I said, yo,
that's still top 3
he's
chapter this year,
raising
man.
him.
That's probably chapter V of Gintama.
I still say it's top 3 for me this year.
I'd say
That's the episode.
Of all the chapters I've read this year, it's still top 3 for me.
Absolutely.
Because the amount of emotions with that, like when you know the history behind them, it's like there's no way Gen's going through with that. And then it's him saying like, "Would you lend me a hand?" When all the time it's been the other way around. Like,
yeah,
Man.
I just hope in the anime they just please don't cut anything out, man.
Yeah,
that's what I'm hoping, man. They better treat that chapter with love.
Yeah, man, because that chapter we love in the community with all of our hearts.
I'm just so worried because
Is
like
that-
there have been
made
so many
bro. When Gin had the knife on baby Shoyo, bro.
Yeah,
I trust them because they handle 360 so well with all the
was
Gin and Shoyo stuff,
fuck.
bro.
I hope so.
You stand your right, man. That was scary.
I got shook. Like I saw Gin took his eyes. Like I thought he was gonna
But
do
there's
it.
no way he's gonna do that.
I know, but I thought I don't know. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I didn't know because I thought like in this time skip like Gin seems he's like different, a lot darker and stuff. I was like shit. Like we don't know who this man is anymore.
Yeah.
Like we know who he is in his heart, but we don't know the current state of him right now. It's been 2 years.
Yeah, that just got me shook, bro. But
So that's why I was like,
he
shit.
come back. Thank goodness he come back, bro.
Yeah, man.
You can't kill a baby, man.
Yeah,
it's
dude.
it's not in his nature, man. Like, and
Hope they save him.
that's just a human being, man. You can't be doing that.
I mean,
Just
I hope
saying,
they
like,
save
what
him.
if like what if Shoyo became a member of the Yodozuya? What if that happened?
That would be something, man.
I just want Shoyo to go back to doing what he was doing before, bro. I want this man to have a if he's still gonna be alive, bro. Give this man another
Dojo and Edo.
Yeah, bro. Like it's ridiculous, right? Because I'm pretty sure all of us in this call are the sort of people who are like, oh man, like when it comes to other series, we would hate stuff like this, right? But because it's Gintama, I want my characters to be happy, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I'm saying screw all the garbage. Just give me a happy Gintoki, a happy Shoyo. I don't give a flag.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Man, they've been through a lot.
It's so easy to root for. It's so easy to root for them, bro. Because we all know their flaws, bro. We all know it's so easy to root for them, bro. Like
If Shoyo goes out again, it's like they're just repeating themselves. Like they're just like if he stays alive, that it would be so weird. It would be so weird.
no, but if he's still
It'll
alive,
be rewarding.
no, we could potentially get a future comedy chapter with Shoyo. That's like,
Oh my god.
Oh, stop.
Bro, listen, bro. A comedy chapter with
come
Shoyo
on,
would be the best chapter in the series, bro. I'll be honest. Yeah.
Bro,
Factual.
if
That's
that
how Gintoki
happened,
learned all his comedy shit.
like imagine like Shoyo trading like someone like Zaki for example, like.
So a long time ago, and this was back on the old channel. I made a video on what I originally thought the final chapter of Gintama was going to be, and I thought the final chapter of Gintama was going to be after the Utsuro stuff. I thought it was going to be the final confrontation between Shoyo and his three disciples, and the reason why I said this is because I always wondered why Sorachi called every chapter a lesson. And I thought the final chapter was going to be called the final lesson from Yoshi to Shoyo to Sakata to Gintoki.
Oh wow.
And I thought that's how the series was going to end. But then whenever Silver Soul happened, I was like, no. Now it's going to be the final lesson from Gintoki to the Yodozuya. And that didn't happen either. So I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Srirachi is just.
What do you think now?
I'm still sticking with that final lesson from Gintoki to the Yodozuya. I still do think that because I think after this I still think after this Gintoki and the Yodozuya are not going to be together as like as one unit anymore. I think they're all going to go on in their separate things.
Yeah, I can't be dealing with any Champloo shit. And
Yeah, I don't. That's the one thing.
I was gonna say that's exactly what it sounds
I
like.
don't want that, man.
if they gave us like that, I take it you guys have seen Samurai Champloo, right?
Yeah.
I
If they,
That ending still bothers me to this day.
No, that was
I'll say the
perfect for
ending, but
Shampoo.
if we get an ending like Champloo for Gintama, like I think I'd actually be pretty pissed off.
But okay, so then what would you?
Like I
would you
only
have?
say that because it's like you say I want the characters to be happy, man. I can't have them splitting off. These are my people.
No, but I'm not saying split off like they did in the epilogue because that already happened. What I'm saying is that they're no longer they're no longer live in the same house. Like now they have stuff that they all individually know that they need to do. Like we'll we'll see Shinpachi at his dojo. We'll see Kagura taking care of business. Gintoki possibly in a dojo. I'm not saying that they split off forever like they did in the epilogue. But what I'm saying is like they're still in Edo together. They're just not together. together. You know what I'm saying?
I
I'm
don't
saying
know,
as
I
long, as
think
long, as
one
long as they're in
day-
one part of the country and stuff, then I'm fine with that. Like it's one of those like a neighbor thing.
Yeah,
they
if they're
know that
neighbors,
still
all good.
family, I can accept it. But like if one goes to like the Himalayas and the other goes to like Bangkok, I don't know, bro. 'Cause
Namek.
I can't accept that. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. They go to Namek.
Yo, Kagura
They go to
will
Namek.
probably I don't know actually.
Ah, shit.
Yeah, Kagura becomes like Harusame.
Oh my god. She becomes the queen of the pirates.
Hey, I love it. I love it, yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if that happened, bro. Because you know how Soichi loves those references, man. He want to get a One Piece reference in that final chapter.
yeah.
I just
Oh yeah,
love
bro.
how dumb the alien
I was really surprised they didn't have a Dragon Ball reference, bro, in that final chapter. Yo. Like, I was really shook, bro. Yeah, bro.
If the series ends with a Kamehameha, I'll be
Speaking
okay
of Dragon
with that.
Ball, you remember how like in the final chapter, you know how we had like the little color page before the afterward and stuff for Srirachi? Didn't it
Yeah.
remind you in a way of like Dragon Ball? In a
It did.
sense?
It did. Yeah.
Put all the characters together, I'm like, yo, man,
Yeah.
like
I'm telling you.
Gintama's
Gintama
great,
greatness, man.
man.
I just
Yeah, I was about to say.
I just
Both said it at the same time.
I just don't know like how this man's gonna end the series, but I have full trust in Srirachi. But after this entire
Me
journey,
too, man.
I have complete 100% trust this man's gonna deliver. Especially after saying that he is willing to leave a magazine to go to another magazine to finish the story, bro.
Yeah.
I know he has something godly in mind, dog.
And it's not
He's
just
gonna
any
hit series the way he
magazine.
wants.
But I'll
Hey,
be real.
Jump
I'll be
Gigas.
real with your coach, right? I think everyone will agree to an extent. I don't know to how much, but when we had like Rakuyo in the anime and like Silver Soul in them, like Silver Soul before time skip, I and this is before like they were fighting with Utsuro and we had that like great fight and stuff. Say like in the middle of Silver Soul, I was a bit like concerned. I'm not gonna lie, but in a good way because I wanted the series to. So I assumed that this would like we didn't see the time skip coming. I just thought like, okay, they're gonna get fight Utsuro and it's gonna be the end of the series. So I was a bit concerned because I was like, the arc hasn't been bad, but it hasn't been great by like Gintama standards. So I was a bit concerned about how the series was going to end.
Yeah,
and I didn't want it to end up like being rushed or like do like no disrespect to Naruto, but like doing Naruto like the Ninja War and stuff.
Uh-huh.
But when we got that time skip, and there were still a few moments in the time skip where I thought like, I don't think like this or this was really necessary, and I still think he could have gone a different route, but because I think every author I think has a dip in their series. Even like Vagabond, I love Vagabond, but there's every 20th Century Boys, everything. But I think now it's gone back to the point where I'm like, I was tripping, man. You gotta trust Sorachi to. He's been writing a series since like 2003.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if he's gonna know how to end his own series better than everyone else, because
Of course.
he knows the characters the best. They're the ones that he has to think about every day and put in the work.
Yep.
Gintama is a job to him. To us, it's just like a series that we love to read and watch.
Yeah.
So he seriously is him.
Absolutely.
Well, I don't know about taking it seriously. We're not kind of man Sorachi is, but as seriously as Sorachi can take it.
It's funny that you're saying that because I had a really long conversation with Laz a long time ago off air, talking about the like where Gintama was gonna go, because it just felt like the direction. I just didn't know where Sorachi wanted to take it. You know what I'm saying? And we had this extremely long conversation. And after that call, I think both of us came out of it confidently just saying that, even though it may feel like right now Sorachi is just continuously writing stuff just for the sake of writing it, at the end of the day, this is Sorachi we're talking about, bro. Like this man for the entire series was writing stuff that I felt like he was just writing for the sake of it. But all of it ended up paying off in some way, shape, or form. Now we look back, I remember back in the day, man, people would always take a crap on the comedy chapters saying, we want more serious arc chapters. And now during the serious arc chapters, it's like, oh, we want old classic comedy Gintama back.
Yeah.
So, at the end of the day, man, it's just, it's like you were saying earlier, Dan, we just got to trust in Sorachi, bro. Like it's like even during whenever we're not enjoying the manga as much as we once did, or if we're not enjoying Gintama as much as like we did whenever it was in its prime, whatever the case may be. At the end of the day, man, this is Sriracha, bro. This man, every single time that he writes a masterpiece of an arc, he finishes off with such an amazing way, yo, that I just he always gets to me, no matter what it is. So I have full trust in Sriracha, dog. 100%, man. No matter where he takes it serious from here on out, he's going to completely trollish. I mean, for God's sake, his final chapter in Weekly Shonen Jump was him singing. Was freaking Gintoki Takatsugi and Kosura singing the Prince of Tennis song, bro.
Yeah,
Prince of Tennis song.
Yeah, I can't lie. When I was reading that, I was like, "What the fuck am I reading?" Like, what is my? Like, this is my favorite series. Like, what?
Yeah, man.
Other people have, One Piece my favorite series, or JoJo my favorite series. All these like 6 series, and I'm like, this is my favorite series, man. These fucking characters singing Prince of Tennis in the final chapter.
Yeah, like,
and the funny Takasugi moments are just the best, bro.
They are,
the comedy moments of Takasugi.
When he spat on Sakamoto.
Bro, when Takatsugi was posing in that one shop as one of those mannequins, I was dying.
Bro, and when they had them on the electric carpet. Holy shit!
It's just the best. Because like you never thought that you would see that with the main villain of the series until everything went down. It's beautiful.
It's awesome that you guys said that, because I remember back in the Patriot Reunion arc, bro. Whenever we kept looking back to Takatsugi, bro, texting, bro, and this man Gintoki said, "Oh, this is how Takatsugi actually is, bro. Like, it's that one dude that goes into a bar and you don't talk to nobody." I was like, "Yo, this is awesome."
That is so funny.
Only Sriracha would do this, yeah.
Yo, when that arc aired in the anime, I was still anime only, so like I was marking out during that arc.
Dude, and then his theme plays too, bro. His theme right before you see him Peta as him, yeah. His theme plays.
Yeah, man. We hadn't seen him because I mean the anime had been on hiatus, so it been ages since we had seen Takasugi in the anime.
Yeah.
So I was marking out because, to be honest, like low key, he was my favorite character at that point.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Even though like Kondo is number 1 in my heart, like I was low key like Shinsuke is number 1. But what a great arc that was, man. I'm gonna have to rewatch that arc.
Yo,
I take back what I said earlier about Fellowship Shinsuke. That now that you remind me, I always forget about that arc. That's my best memory of watching Gintama. That arc, I'd say.
The Patriot Reunion.
I would say so, yeah.
Yo, I
got like Shogun.
I gotta ask a question before I have one more question before we all get out of here, yo. Or I should say two more questions, but before I get into that, there's one question I gotta ask as Gintama fans, bro. Ooh. To you, from what you can remember, what is the funniest moment in the series, bro? To you, bro, the one that had you dying the most, bro.
Oh Lord.
I think for me, it's got to be during the Frozen time arc with the Mutsui stick. Like that shit, like bro, it's like Otai-chan openai, where like Gintoki's like messing around with the kanji and stuff, whatever, to make it into the little stick figure guy. And bro, like I don't know why Shippachi's voice in that thing was like amazing. Like, he's like, I thought he was talking Chinese. I swear to God.
When Shippachi screams like that is hilarious.
Yeah, bro, when he goes on a tangent, bro, it's like Korean after, bro. I don't know.
When Elizabeth got smoked with a rocket punch, I was dead, bro.
Yeah. Bro, oh my God.
Yeah, no, my brother, he really hates Shinpachi for screaming all the time. Like, can you just wait until you see him, like what he does later?
That's like the one is when he's screaming, bro. You already know
he's a
it's
straight
funny.
man.
No,
He wasn't being serious.
Exactly, he's a straight man. Like he's perfect, and I wish he didn't hate him. But when he has his moments, my brother, he does like him in those moments. But it's just like
gonna get to the Obi Hajime arc, bro.
That's what I've been doing. In the back of my head, I'm like, you don't even know what you're gonna get to soon.
Hey, even in the PV for Shogun Assassination, he was going in. He didn't really do it a lot in the arc, but he did it in the PV. That's his equivalent of Sakamoto just being in the openings and ending.
that was great.
My God. I mean, to me, off the top of my head, I think the one funniest moment that I remember would have to be whenever they had the politician, the Japanese politician in the anime.
Oh yes, when it came back.
That was hilarious.
That's top 5 for me.
That had me dying, bro.
Yeah.
Just Gintoki's voice actor in general, he is amazing.
He's a great,
Yeah,
great
Chop
voice.
Sugi
It
does.
just him as Joseph and Gin.
And
It just-
Katakuri.
Yeah,
Good man, yeah.
you can like it just feels like he's having a great time, and I love that voice actor so much.
That
And-
must be a really fun role, though.
Yeah.
Oh, man, forget, bro. I guarantee all the Gintama
Yeah.
characters are fun roles for them because they,
Yeah.
they just relax, bro. Like, yeah, after this is probably how I act in real life too. Like, it's great.
The funniest moment, I have no idea really. Like, there's too many, but I will say that the latest chapter, the Prince of Tennis thing, where he goes, "Prince of Tennis sure is good. It's not good at all."
It's not good at all. And now I
Yeah, that was
that's
hilarious. Yeah.
That's gotta be in
That
one
was
of my
funny.
favorite moments. Because
Right.
that one, Gin's face, he's
And this
just
is the
screaming.
funniest moment.
yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's
I'm not
Karachi
saying
just
this is the funniest moment at all, right?
Yeah.
Because like, it's not the funniest moment. But the first one, like, as soon as you asked that question, the very first thing I thought, which came to my head instantly, was actually from episode 1. I think it's episode 1 or episode 2, one of them, and it was a scene where Hijikata and Kondo were like discussing business, right?
Oh,
No
God.
idea what they're talking about. Ampan, probably like Ampan, right? They were sitting there talking about something, and the Hijikata was talking about some like criminal or whatever, and Kondo was, being dense as usual, and he going over these blueprints or something, and he proper like serious mode conversation, and then he was like, "Doshi, what does heinous deeds mean?" And I died, man, because I walked into Gintama not knowing anything. I heard Shura, and I was like, "Yo, this ending's great. I'm gonna watch Gintama." All right, never even heard of it in my life, and then I didn't know about like the episode 1 and 2 being fillers. I just put on Crunchyroll, and that was that. So when I saw that, I was like, "This Kondo character is my favorite character in the series." When I saw that, and that lasted the whole way through the journey. That's why I gotta say it's number 1.
That's awesome, yo.
Man. Like, it's not number 1, but it's my number 1.
Yeah, I got you.
Yo, I gotta say, bro, you remember Scandal Arc?
Oh, of course, bro.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Hey, I don't know. Some people, I see a lot of people don't like it for some reason, but
What?
Arc legit, they'd be die of tears. But the final moment that sealed it for me was in like I think it's the final scene when Vidal said to Gin, "You bet me over." I lost it.
Bro.
Yeah.
I lost
Bro,
it.
that plot twist was hard because I kept thinking in my mind, Gin really slept with all of them. And I was really believing it. And then all of a sudden, they were pulling a prank on him. And then Hasegawa apparently slept with him. Bro, that shit
Oh
was
my
hilarious.
god, that shit was like
That must have hit Gin hard more than Chapter 544.
Yeah. Bro, did you see his face, bro? It was shook, dog.
I know.
Bro, his face when he lifted
saw
black
Otose.
thing, there was Otose.
Yeah,
That
bro.
shit was amazing. Oh my god.
Oh, Jesus.
Man.
No, if you are talking funniest moments, you gotta mention the swimming pool episode.
oh,
That episode I showed to my
Yeah, bro.
friend just alone before he even got into it, and he was laughing his ass off. Like that episode.
That shit when the Shogun he was having his
Concert.
tighty whities pulled, and they didn't let him in the pool, and he was standing there like crying.
Shogun,
That was hilarious, man.
Oh,
I mean, now it makes me sad, but at the time, it was
Yeah.
funny.
I just remember now, remember the barber arc and stuff, man. Like when we
Oh
saw
my
it the
God.
first time,
Yeah,
I was like,
no.
"What is wrong with these people, bro?" Kondo getting like his fucking pubes and like cut, bro. I'm like, why?
Bro,
They put it
speaking
on this man's head. Like,
speaking of Kondo and Hijikata, bro, listen, man. This has got to be top 3 for me too, bro. Yo, do y'all remember in the 2015 anime, bro? There was like a certain stretch where this man Kondo would purposely like sabotage whatever Hijikata was doing, and he would follow with Hiji would do something. Toshi! It went on for like 5 minutes, bro. 5 minutes.
Oh, my God.
Toshi!
My brother still laughs at it to this day when Hijikata he goes to watch Sailor Moon and Shinsengumi Crisis, and Kondo just goes Toshi. He says it to me all the time. Every time he sees Kondo, he just goes Toshi. He just Hijikata runs away and watches Sailor Moon.
Yo, do y'all remember that moment it's the beginning of Soul Switch whenever whenever Hijikata shows up at the odd jobs and he wakes everybody up mad early, bro, and he and Otose finds out they're about to pay the rent, bro. Otose runs out of the house just like everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody panic. A meteor is falling down from the heavens. I was dying, bro.
Oh my god.
You guys are making me want to just go watch Gintama all night right
Oh
now.
yeah, man, fuck bro.
Me too, bro.
That's like my default setting.
Soul
You
Switch.
know, I watched Gintama once. I watched it. I'm watching it like 3 times now with my friend and my brother. And series, I can't. It's too good.
Goatama, man.
Fuck man.
You say like Recon, like what's the funniest moment? Like there just because it's obviously a long series. There are just so many arcs and moments that
Yeah, that's what I just want to say.
forget.
Like the first one that pops up in your mind, yo. It doesn't have to be the
yeah,
funniest.
like
Because of course, like there's the funeral episode. Then there's the episode where Katsura was off on the island by himself, dog. Like there's so
God.
many like episodes.
man, like
Yeah,
I tell you,
Oh, that's one of my favorite episodes. The prison one for
Yeah.
Katsura.
Yes.
One of my favorite comedy episodes, standalones ever.
Yeah.
Fucking greatest.
one that we haven't mentioned is I don't know what the arc is called. It's in the 100s, and when the I don't know, like 6 of them, they're like on that island, and
Yeah.
Gin was doing the Kamehameha.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
And
yeah.
before that, who was it? Shinpachi and Madao were like prancing
Yeah.
around naked.
Yeah.
That shit was hilarious.
No one can see me.
Man, yo,
that was so funny.
Speaking of Hasegawa, bro, the Saint Seiya parodies in the 2015 anime had me dying, bro.
Oh my god.
That entire episode was godly, bro. Whenever he kept getting shook because he was listening to the story for like 7 minutes, bro, and they tried to jump scare him. Hasegawa did this, man. His episodes are always godly.
Like, you know what else? Remember that episode where Kagura can't get to sleep?
I was just rewatching it the other day, bro.
And she listened to that story on the radio, and her reaction had me.
Dude, you know, that's when I said Srirachi's a goat, bro, because he legit had me invested in that story, dog.
Me too.
Yeah.
I was ready to cry for these characters.
Yeah, because I showed my friend that episode. Like we were just bored one night. I was like, "Hey, I'm just gonna like." He's not even into anime. I was like, "I'm just gonna show you an episode of Gintama real quick." And we watched that. And he's like, "Why are you showing me this? This is so sad. I don't like to hear stories about dogs dying and all that." And then he gets to the end, and
There's a jump scare.
and Gen just kicks the radio, and he's like, "What?"
He kicked the mess out of that jug, dog. That jug went flying. Dude, another amazing episode for comedy. It's one of my favorites. It's whenever the episode starts off, they're making fun of Dragon Ball Evolution. And it goes into the Sunrise house because it's a Gintoki and Kagura mannequin like walking around, right?
Oh,
And they go to the
man.
Sunrise thing, bro. They're like, yeah, we're an anime that transcends anime. And then that's the same episode. That's the same episode where we get Yes We Can. Katsura comes in there as Will Smith apparently, bro.
Oh my god.
Will Smith, bro.
Will Smith.
Yes, we can.
Like,
Legendary episode.
That Will Smith episode, you know when
fucking killed me.
they'll go to Otai's house, right?
Yeah.
Kondo is standing there naked in the garden.
Yeah.
When shit like that happens to Kondo, I want to cry, man. As funny as it was, I feel bad for my boy, man.
Oh, I just remembered a moment just now.
Yeah.
Do you remember? I forgot which arc this was in, but it doesn't have to be early on. But do you remember that one where like Sogo, like he was like outside of like Hichikata's like room, and he's like having those like chants and stuff, like the death god chants, and he comes out of the place, and he's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, you know, I'm just out here for a jog."
yeah.
He's sick in the head, bro. Sogo's sick in the head.
No, remember? Sorry, go ahead.
No, you
Oh,
go
that's
ahead.
fine.
I was gonna say, remember the toilet game, Mind Games?
Goat.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Amazing.
That was amazing.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you something though, man. A similar situation has happened in real life, bro. A similar situation has happened in real life. Whenever I had toilet games, dog. Real talk, bro. I'm telling you.
story.
No, I'm telling you, man. Like whenever you're in a stall, bro, and there's no toilet paper, bro, you have to talk to the people next to you, yo. Unless you're using a sock. I ain't using no sock, dog. So you gotta talk to people next to you. I'm like, hey, bro, because you gotta play mind games because you really don't want to let people know. Like I tell you, like, hey, man, you got a separate roll over there, some paper. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you, bro. And then like you have to ask the person both to your right and to your left, bro. Like it's. It happens, man. It happens.
Absolutely.
Take the advice of Binbox Sai and Kondo. Always carry out some sandpaper.
Oh my god.
Sorachi seems like he's like some old man. He knows so much. Like I don't know how he's like experienced a lot or something because he knows a lot of things to put in the Gintama.
I just got reminded of
that because no, go on.
Oh, no, you go ahead, Daniel.
I was just gonna make a quick comment. When you just said that about Sorachi being wise and stuff. I was gonna say when we were talking about the final chapter, and you're saying about the final chapter could be Gin's lesson to the Yorozu or like Shoyo's lesson to Gin. What if it's Sorachi's lesson to us?
Oh my god, dude! Like he comes out as this gorilla. He's like, yeah man.
And then you finally get a face reveal.
A face reveal of Sorachi, final chapter.
That's what I've been saying.
Dude,
like,
when I saw Sorachi drunk, bro, over there, I was like, yo, I was like, my boy Sorachi, bro, he's there.
It's my picture on Twitter.
Oh wait,
we get.
Hold on. What's your Twitter? Or what's your actual like
It's
real
just
like?
down.
Here,
It's
let
just
me
down.
see. Oh no, yeah, this is sticker. No, oh dang, I didn't know it was you. What's up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, what's
This whole time
your
I didn't know
Twitter?
even- sticker Twitter.
Oh, yeah. What's up?
Yeah, I didn't. Dang, this whole time I didn't even.
Ah.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Yo, man, I got two more questions for y'all before I let y'all go, bro. This first one, listen, man, I gotta talk about my favorite arcs, bro. Y'all already know me, dog. Bro, listen, man. Bro, let's talk about the Shogun assassination, bro. Listen to me.
Yeah, man. Let's go.
The
Yo.
greatest arc in shonen.
The greatest arc
Yeah.
in fiction.
It's
For
It's even
me,
better
it
than
is,
the
dog.
Attitude Era.
No, let me tell you something, man. This arc took everybody that was in this arc immediately. Like, I mean, they just shot up wherever they were on my list as my favorites, bro. Like Zenzo in my top 5, dog. The other Zero's already in my top 5. They went even higher. Shinsengumi went even higher. Takatsuki's like, I love this arc so much, man. And I want to know. I want to hear some of y'all's memories from the first time y'all watched this, bro. Like
Watched or read?
Or read, yeah, like
I
an
remember
arc.
this, yeah.
So, like, do you guys remember how you felt whenever you first saw Sogo versus Kamui, bro? Like how did?
Of course.
Like do you remember the hype of whenever you go from the next panel on
When this
and
man
you
said
see
point to my
Sogo
chest,
come
like,
out, bro? Sogo
Don't
and
make light up
Kamui.
on the policeman.
yeah, dude.
Hang
Don't
on,
break
man.
any of Earth's
I got-
policemen.
I got a flex. Alright, I got a flex. If we're talking about the greatest arc in fiction,
Yeah.
and that's hands down. I don't care what you gotta get your One Piece and your Dragon Ball, and I don't give a fuck, man. This is the greatest arc in fiction.
Yeah.
Alright,
Factual.
hold on.
It's top 3 for me.
It's late here. My light. I gotta turn my light on. Hang on. Give me a few minutes.
That's a commercial. Like,
Yeah, hey, man.
Give me a few minutes.
This is brought to you by Commodore Labs.
Can we talk about
this is
that?
bro, Rico, you know what it is? I was gonna bring out that one picture. You remember the sponsorship?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
by Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, the F.
Yeah.
Alright,
Yo.
guys, I got a flex.
All right, go ahead.
Don't look at me. Look at the greatness, man. You're telling me I
look-
did it?
Oh wow.
Volumes 56 to 58, dog. Go.
Wait, where is? Oh shit, we forgot Guardian Spirit.
Yeah, bro. That's one of the funniest
I was
arcs.
thinking for it now.
We talked about it earlier, but I don't think I'm thinking of it. Look at him,
Maybe that's what I
bro.
would. That's what I would do.
Yeah, but yeah, we talked about Guardian Spirit earlier. I think it's before you joined though. That's whenever you were asleep.
I was stone cold, man.
Yeah, man. Yo, but do y'all remember how y'all felt whenever you saw Kamui versus Sogo Zenzo, bro? Dude.
Yeah, dude. When the Zenzo moment
let's
happened,
start off with that, bro. How did y'all feel whenever Zenzo cut off Shige's head, bro?
he did that. I'm like, yo,
I was
I hated him.
confused,
I hated him,
I
bro.
was
I
like,
was
this
like,
is-
why?
It was like, you traitor.
Yeah, that's how I felt.
And seeing it in the preview, I was like, "There's no way there's a traitor among like my favorite characters ever. There's no way." And it shows Zenzo. I'm like, Yo,
Did y'all believe it when we first saw it? That Shiga actually.
I did. I was hoping he was
I
going to
did.
time
I
that.
did.
I felt like Sriracha really was going to go down the route that like he's going to rip our hearts to the core, and something like Zenzo, where it's like when it comes to the relatable characters, like I feel like he's another one where it's just like this dude who's like the ninja, but he goes into the convenience stores, gets his jump just like everybody else. You think he's
That's
like
right.
a normal dude, but now he's out here like playing for the villains in that moment, like.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I was
Hey,
so
you
mad.
say he's relatable, but I do not share his taste in women.
Well, I mean, we like Jump. That's all I can say on that.
and we might have similar bathroom issues, but that's another point for another day.
Yep.
yeah.
But yeah, man. Look, bro. That's one of the most shocking page turning moments. That's why I love reading manga, because you can have moments like that where you can turn from one page and the next page you see that. You see this man, you see Shiga's head flying. Like this character that we had seen in so many comedy moments. Like this man has been through it all, bro. He had a can go through his head and it destroyed the world behind him, right? Like so many comedic moments. But in this instance, we saw his head rolling, and it was not troll. This, bro, now, mind you, right before this scene, there was a lot of dick jokes, bro. Like it was going crazy, and right after that, we get this mad, spooky, and eerie moment, and Zenzo pops up behind him, smokes him on sight, and I'm just like, what? Excuse me, bro? Like. And I'll just never forget it as being one of the most shocking moments that I've ever. This arc has a lot of shocking moments, but to start off, the Shogun assassination arc with that name by itself for the anime viewers, it must have been like, yeah, he died right in the first episode. They flipping killed him.
Yeah,
but
especially since the arc was called Shogun's Assassination. Like,
exactly. Like I can only imagine how the anime onlys must have felt whenever they saw that name, and the first thing you see is that. So, oh, okay, I understand. I understand why the arc is called that now.
That's why we've got live reactions.
That's right. That's right. I watched a lot that day, dog. I watched a lot for episode.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm so grateful
that was my day.
I'm so grateful that the live reaction that like the entire arc is still up on this platform.
Yeah,
at the very least.
Yeah.
I my old channel's gone. The only video left from it is the Shogun assassination arc live reaction, bro. That's the only thing remaining from that.
Is that the one that's like 3 hours?
Yes.
King Recon the movie?
King Recon the movie.
King Recon
the movie.
When you uploaded that, I was like, that was another thing that really like convinced me to read the manga. Because I was like, because obviously I know like how much you love Gintama, and I was like, man, like this man spent 3 hours reading Gintama. I was like, and if he loves it, I know I'm gonna love it as well.
Yeah. It's 22 chapters, bro. The greatest reading experience in all time, yeah. I was 100%. So shook, bro. I had never, because the thing is, like I always say, man, I didn't expect Shogun, bro. Like it hit me out of left field. I went from Guardian Spirit into that, right? So I'm like, bro, when I saw Kamui and Takatsugi, I was already marking out. When I saw Zenzo, I love his character so much, but when I saw everything going down there, and that's just Shiga's alive again. I see Sachan being involved in this, but when I saw Takatsugi again, bro, it was over. I said,
Kagura and Gennett running down the mountain.
It's over. Yes,
yeah.
It's one of my favorite chapter endings, bro.
Yeah,
is when Kagura and Gintoki are running down, and they're arriving right there.
Daughter, bro. Oh, that's great.
514 is one of the most hype chapters I've ever read for a couple reasons. Whenever you have the Yodazuya speech, I love that speech so much because it's Gintoki putting his complete trust in Shibaishi and Kagura. Like he knows that what they're up against are some beasts. We have Kamui, and then we have all of the other soldiers that they have behind him. And he's like, yo, I'm leaving this up to y'all because I know I got my hands full with this guy. Can y'all handle this? Man? We are the Yodazuya, dog. And when the chapter ends with them about to clash, and then the following chapter starts off with a panel of them in the past talking about how, oh my God, I love this arc so much, man.
Yeah, Rick, I don't know about you guys. You go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay. We can talk over each other. I was just a quick comment. Like,
I don't even know.
Like that, because I mean, the Shogun assassination in general, like I think everyone had been waiting for something like that.
Yeah,
because we were like, okay, but when is like Takatsugi gonna put his plan into motion? Like we were waiting for it. But like, if to be honest, because we don't get that often until I guess like recently we've got it quite a lot, but the stuff with like Shoyo in the past is like Haikyuu is my favorite stuff in the series, if I'm honest. Maybe other than like, if we get like comedy stuff with like Neurozu and Shinsegaru, but like when it comes to business, that's like we get stuff like Yato and stuff which I enjoy and like Four Davis, but like that's like
the
my stuff.
shoyo scenes, that's the best.
That's number one.
Yeah.
You can't top it, man. So when they said we were getting the backstory and like we're waiting for those two to fight, that was fucking hell, that was amazing, man.
Yeah.
That really was amazing, and it was so much like because I'd spoiled myself on what happened to the Shogun. Like I didn't know, I didn't know how, but I was stupid, man, because I knew about the arc, I knew like what was cool, but I didn't like. I thought I just assumed that was Takasugi putting his plan into motion. Like I didn't know like it was actually gonna happen. Like I didn't really think anything of it.
Yeah.
But I remember I was at TGI Fridays with my family, right? And me and my brother were discussing Gintama. And I went on the wiki for some reason. I was looking at some characters, and without even thinking, I just went on the Shogun's wiki and scrolled down, and it said status deceased, and I was so pissed. I was so mad at myself.
I couldn't even.
And I was like, "There's literally an arc called Shogun Assassination." It didn't cross my mind that he could be dead. Like, but I think it's because it's Gintama. Like, no character death
died. Yeah.
And when they do,
we never had an Edo Light die before.
Yep.
So I just didn't think that it would really ever happen.
Yo,
Man.
staying on that, I want to ask each of you individually what you thought about everything from Gintoki versus Takasugi until the Shogun's death, yo, and
the best stretch in Gintama.
And I'll start off with Sticker, bro. Go ahead, man. Gintoki versus Takasugi up until Shogun's death, yo.
All right, that experience. Okay, that whole morning. All right, before that, I binged Gintama's 2015 season in 2 days because of how hyped I was to get to Shogun. Because I was like, oh man, like I'm finally getting to Shogun. And when I finally got there, I remember I got some McDonald's. It was the morning. I started watching Shogun Assassination and just watching the fight between those two characters. All of us here, we were just broken, pretty much.
Yeah, no question.
And seeing Gen do his thing and just be the GOAT that he is. And I was gonna say, like you said earlier, of how he was putting his trust in the Yodozuya. What I really, really love about Shogun is that their bonds, those characters' bonds, are strongest in that arc because of just how close all the comedy arcs built up to then, and just their bonds in that arc. It really shows like how close these guys are, and then continuing on with that in Farewell Shinsengumi.
Absolutely.
It's beautiful. It's amazing. That was Go, and up until that last scene when the Shogun, it's like, oh, he was safe, he was perfectly good. And right at the last second, bro, he got it to him, and it fucking sucks. Like Shige was he didn't deserve it, bro. He didn't.
He didn't, man.
Yo, Stand, man. How'd you feel about that stretch of chapters, bro?
Bro, or set of episodes that I watched it. First of all, you got the Zenzo killing Shige at first, right?
Yes.
That's fucking shocking. And plus, the arc did not indicate that Takasugi and Gintoki were gonna fight.
Yeah.
Not at all. So that was an amazing treat.
That's what caught me off guard, bro.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah.
And it wasn't hinted towards to happen. Because, usually, like when two rivals fight in other series, you kind of know what's gonna go down. Like I know what it's shit, but fucking Gintoki Takasugi.
That's what I'm saying, because like you know how all the time in the series before, like they talk about each other.
Yeah.
But this time, bro, they're face to face, bro. Like,
bro, they barely talk about each other, man. You notice, like, they barely talk about each other, like only when it's necessary, right?
Yeah.
So you're like, when they fucking face down. First of all, I was expecting it to be a quick clash, just because the chaos going around.
Yeah.
When they're going at it, I was like, no way, we're getting this full-fledged fight. And by the way, BNP, even though BNP gets a lot of shit, these days, they did this. They elevated this fight. They brought this fight to life.
Yeah, bro.
in the anime.
I was really strict on this because I obviously have this with a lot of care, and whenever I made the anime manga comparisons for this, I really, bro, panel for panel, bro, I had to do it for this fight.
That's the greatest video on YouTube.
I appreciate that, man. And like I really wanted to. I really wanted to showcase the difference between the anime and the manga in that fight, and bro, it's just like you said, man. BNP really did do it justice, man. From beginning to end for
that fight. That was just by the way they were fighting. You can tell like
there was no
emotion. Yeah, you can feel the emotion. Like the fighting was so dirty. At one point, they're punching each other. Like it just got so like scrappy all of a sudden, you know. And like it's connected. Everything is connected well, man. It was. I can't give enough praise to Shogun, man. My words can't give enough praise, to be honest, man.
Yeah.
That's a hard shoot right there.
Hard shoot, brother. Hard shoot.
Bro, it's like Rock and Austin, bro. Yo, it's like Rock and Austin going at it, bro. Fuck.
That's facts. WrestleMania 17, bro.
The level of emotion in that is the level of emotion from WrestleMania 26.
Yes.
When Shawn Michaels retired. That is... that was like Tankasugi retiring.
Exactly that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, man. Hey, Yak, bro, give it to me, man.
Well, the Takatsugi versus Gintoki fight, you could literally feel every single blow that occurred.
Oh my god.
Every single one. That just the heaviness of that fight, it just sticks with you. Because you can tell that they both want this so badly. Not just for the sake of what's going on with the Shogun and everything, but with their specific interactions with each other from the past and everything that they believe that they just think that in order to prove that they themselves are right, they have to take out the other one. Because Takatsugi knows, I'm not going to be on the right side of this if I can't get through this man. And you can just feel it with everything that they do in that fight. It was just completely spectacular. And then I think my favorite part, though, is probably the evolution or the next step that Shinpachi and Kagura took, because that's a lot of trust that Gintoki has in them to ask them to do that.
Yep.
And I was just
born on Earth, yo. Great line.
Again, like you said, with how he was putting the trust in them, it's just you see that in the other arcs too. You see it in Shinsengumi Crisis when Gin goes to deal with Bonsai, and he's facing his past 'cause in a weird way, because Takasugi's friend and all that. And then he does it again in like Red Spider when he's like, all right, you guys go put out the fire. I'm gonna go take care of Jiraiya. And it's just when he puts his trust in those two characters, I just
what's beautiful about that scene is what Takatsugi says before. Takatsugi tells him, you need to stop playing house with these kids.
Yes.
And that's when Gintoki replies with, like you better relax, dog, because we are the Yotozuya. And that's whenever he leaves it up to them, because they have to. I mean, they've been with each other for so long that they understand how Gin feels, and when Gin is serious, he's serious, dog. And so you see the seriousness in Shinpachi, you see the seriousness in Kagura. Like they're taking this as a threat. Kagura is in front of the person that she's been wanting to meet the whole series in Kamui, and Gintoki knows that he can leave anything up to Shinpachi when the time comes. What I love so much about that entire situation is just like what Yak was alluding to. Is the growth that we see from these characters from the beginning of the series till now. She would have even thought of Shinpachi being in a situation like this in the beginning of the series.
Hell no.
Kagura, beginning of the series, Kagura would have punched Takatsugi in the face when she saw him. But because Kagura has been with Gin for so long, she understood how much this meant to Gintoki. And she was like, yo, I'll leave it up to you, dog. And without saying nothing, she's like, I'm just going to take care of Kamui, my brother. That's it.
Bro, and the development is not so blatant. It's so subtle, too. It sounds like so in your face about it, too. Which I really like, man. The subtlety in Shinpachi's writing.
That line about Takasugi saying like stop playing house and stuff. That's if you think about it, that's actually quite a sad line, because obviously like up until that point, Takasugi's whole character it's pretty much like based around Shoyo. So that was the only like family environment that, like, cause he has like the Kie type. It's not like a family. At least I think at later in the series, yeah, but at that point, we never saw that side of him. It was just like, they were just helping him achieve what he wanted to do, and that was about the extent of it. He didn't have like friends or anything.
Yeah.
So him saying that, because it's like he doesn't understand that that's not what Gintoki's doing. It's just he has, because obviously Gintoki he's gone through the same stuff that Takasugi has, but he just found a new family that he's not playing house. It's just that's his new family, and he's living his new life. But Takasugi never found that, so he doesn't. He sees it as Gintoki being stupid and like messing around when it's kind of the opposite.
Yes.
It's kind of sad actually. I mean, I'm not gonna cry over it, but it's making me tearful.
I was the whole arc, but but yeah, Yak, man. Any more thoughts, my friend?
Yeah, like I kind of thought that the Shogun was gonna die. Unfortunately, even when they got through everything, it was like there's this little. When you watch enough movies and you see enough shows, it's always when like there's this little lull after the action that something bad's gonna happen. And it happened, and there's a notebook by me. I threw it across the room and I called Srirachi a son of a bitch, and I was really mad at him. And you immediately went back to the pool episode and the barber stuff, because and this is what I really appreciate about Srirachi, because he really is an asshole about this. Like, he makes us laugh so hard at these characters, and then when he wants us to, it's like he's putting us on this emotional high right before he like kicks out the chair from under us and makes us fall back to earth. It's like it's really good at making us feel the impact of him dying. At least it did for me.
No, 100%. Couldn't agree more. That is the impact. That is why I always say you can never skip episodes in Gintama.
No,
because then it won't hit as hard. Like you'll hear the sad music and it'll hit you, but it won't hit you as hard if you haven't watched the pool episode. Like you said, it won't hit you as hard if you didn't watch Barber and all that stuff. So 100%, man.
Yeah, that's factual.
Yo, Hassan, man, give it to me, bro. Goat Gun Assassination, bro.
Ah, shit, man. The greatest arc ever, bro. The thing is, especially talking about the fight. Of course, it was well choreographed, and the animation did it so much justice.
Absolutely.
But still, it was the clash of ideals between Takasugi, who was fighting to destroy the word that killed his master, and Gintoki, of course, as we know, he was trying to protect that same word, trying to make it better. It was giving me like Sasuke versus Naruto flashbacks back when about the how they viewed the position of Hokage, and I really loved that. Especially, and then towards the end, when you could basically feel their emotions all over the scene, and it was just a masterpiece, a straight up masterpiece. And we continued the arc, and at the moment, like, of course, I knew the Shogun was gonna die towards the end, but it didn't show until the very last episode, in the very last scene, and the shit with Soyo Hime, bro. Yeah. I just couldn't hold myself.
Petting him as the song goes off the area.
Ah, man, that shit hit hard, bro. Like I remember vividly, like, tearing up to that. Cause it came out of nowhere, and she didn't know at the time that he was dead.
Yeah.
Oh man, Goatama's amazing, bro. Needless to say, but
Goatama.
The goat.
Goatama, man. Fuck.
Goatama, man. Yo, Daniel, bro, hit me with it, man. Goat Gun Assassination, bro, as a fellow manga reader, dog. I like it. I really like this game.
What could I say? What could I say that hasn't already been said?
That is fact.
I mean, I'll say that, but I'm going to speak on it anyway.
As you should.
Because Shogun Assassination is, look, I'd heard about this arc, right, and I'd seen like people hype it up, and I'd seen, Rico made your video, and people saying I need to get on the manga and read it. So, when I read the first like couple of pages, not knowing it, I thought Shogun Assassination started in the next chapter, but I was like, because the arc starts with the Shogun and Soyo, so I was like, hang on a minute, let me check. I was like, oh, this is actually just. So I wasn't prepared to start showing assassination at all. I'd started it without even knowing. So I was like, oh, okay, well, only a few pages in, I'm in showing assassination, all right. And I binge read like because my energy when it comes to like anime and manga isn't great. Like I can't like. It's not often that I'll do like a stretch. I need like a break, right? But I binge read the fuck out of that, and my emotions were like all over the place, man. And to be honest, I had kind of been spoiled on 519, which still hits me up to this day. Because I didn't know for a fact, but I had seen someone make a comment on like Facebook or Twitter or something, and like someone had said that, or like Ginkill Shoyo.
We spammed the picture everywhere, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, we really did. Almost all of us in that group had it as our profile picture. The final page, 519.
I never saw the panel. I never ever saw the panel. If I did, and I was too dense to realize what was going on. But I had heard someone say it. I think it was in that group, but then someone else in the group was like, "No, like what are you talking about? Like, stop trolling." Because they obviously knew it, like there were anime onlys in the group.
Yeah, I think that was me, because I was always telling people that there's no way that Gin would do such a thing.
If that was you, then I thank you very much, because I was like, oh, okay, yeah, they're just trolling. They're just trolling. So it did actually hit me when I read it.
I did the same thing for the Utsuro Shoyo this stuff. I always said, "There's no way now."
Yeah, you have to. Yeah. But man, I don't know what like that. It really is a great. I remember when I finished reading that, I hopped like I think I had my. I was like, all right, let me have dinner, and then I'm gonna go straight into F. I needed a break after all emotions, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember because in my head, it's kind of like one like massive like collective memory, because I read them in the same day. And I just remember when I caught up, I was just at chapter 543. I was just like, wow, like I already knew Gintama was my favorite, but like this just got taken. It's like what you said about all the characters being like elevated to even higher status than before. Yeah. Sure, and you know you know how much I love Kondo, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, low-key, like, Takasugi was my favorite, but I was like, if I'm really gonna, like, my like, casual answer would be, oh, yeah, Takasugi #1, but, like, if I was to be asked, like, seriously, like, no, like, it was, like, Kondo is my #1, like, there's a reason for it. But when I was reading that fight, again, Takasugi, like, temporarily on that day, Kondo got pushed down to #3.
Yeah, you wavered. You wavered. Yep, I understand.
I couldn't help it, man. It's like Gin got moved to #1, and I was like, this man. And I said it to myself. I was like, man, how can I not have these as my top 2 characters?
Yeah, I agree.
100%. Well, damn, I agree with you. I talked about how Gintoki and Takasugi is like a clash of ideals, So when at the end, bro, Gintoki and Takasugi are both right, Like, I did not blame Takasugi for any of the actions he did. Like, I'm like, yo, like, it was great writing by Sorachi again, bro. Like, fuck, bro.
And to be honest, not even just that. Like, I mean, it went back up to Kondo after Fellowship and Gumi greatness. But I'll tell you one thing that not that makes Shogun Assassin so good, but I think one reason why we all love it so much, because there is no one in the community that doesn't like the arc. If they are, they're not a real fan. That's facts.
Possible.
It's a hard shoot.
Like, I would go in on anyone. That's like the equivalent of not being a fan of AJ Styles but being a fan of WWE. Like, just
yeah,
that's a shoot.
That's what
it's a hard shoot.
Yeah.
So, I think why we love it so much is because obviously to get to that point in the series, you have to love Gintama. Otherwise, you wouldn't still be reading or watching, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Obviously.
That arc is up to that point is like the culmination of what we know of Gintama, like the plot. Exactly. And so not only is it, like, in my opinion, the best written arc in the series, but it's also the culmination of what we've been waiting for, and it didn't let us down. If there was, like, I still think if the build was only half as much as that arc, it still would have been a really great arc. But because of all the foreshadowing, and because we've been waiting for something like this, but not knowing exactly what it was, like, you get a series where you're waiting for particular thing to happen. We were waiting for Gin and Takasugi to have a fight, and we were waiting for Takasugi to put his plan into motion, but we didn't know what that plan was going to be because he never really hinted at it. We just knew that something was going to happen, and we knew that these two were destined to fight one day. We didn't know under what circumstances, where it was going to be, when it was going to be. We just knew it had to happen at some point. I thought it was going to be at the end of the series, but
I
I'm glad
thought
it
that too.
wasn't.
Yeah, me too, man.
And then it keeps going and just gets better and better. It's
Yeah.
And I don't know how many of you guys know this, but like, I think we all have kind of like in any series, but in Gintama especially, is like because there's so many characters. There's like one character that isn't one of the usual like popular characters who we all love. So like, it's like Ed Patchy Boy. Like his favorite character is Banzai, and he's not like a typical like popular character. Mine is Oboro, right?
Oh,
really?
He's my fifth favorite character in the series.
I remember us having this discussion before. Yeah.
Yeah, many times. And but when he shanked my boy Takasugi, I hated him. I hated him.
That to me was like similar to level of shock to whenever Zenzo cut Shigeshige, bro. Because I thought Takasugi died.
Whenever he got more so, to be honest.
Yeah, with Shogun, like I didn't know if anybody died or not. Like when it was Sogo versus Kame, I was like, "There's no." I thought go out.
I thought Takatsuki died right there, bro. I was so because the way that he landed in the manga and all the blood, I was like, nah, bro, he died, bro.
Yeah.
To be honest, like, well, I have a question to everyone here. Should that have killed him?
I normally, to me, I think that should have, because that would have been like, because to me, it's because we know Shoyo afterwards, he comes back and stuff after. But I think, to like, I guess like further like worsen the bond between like student and teacher. If let's say like Utsuro was like, yeah, so what, he died. Like imagine like we got that after like Takasugi had died. You know how much that would hurt with Gintoki afterwards, where it's like now he has this dilemma where he's like trying to protect Shoyo and take care of himself, but after that happening, I think it's like I don't know how he isn't mentally broken, but like if you had that going on, I don't know how Gin is still walking around doing going by his day by day. Like
I don't think he should have died.
Me neither.
I really do believe that in order for Takatsuki's character to finally come full circle and to finally get to the point to where it is right now, he needed to survive that, and he needed to come back and face Oboro once more, yo. And
agreed.
I really do believe that after Rakuyo, and then right there at the end, coming face to face with Oboro, and then him bearing his ashes, that to me was that I was like, okay, like Sorachi's a genius. Like I now understand why he kill him off. I'll
give you one reason why. I'll give you one good reason why he made the right choice by not killing him off. There's one very good reason. I'm gonna flex on you again. Oh, I can't even see my camera. Because then we never would have got this panel.
That's facts.
That's true. That's true.
He had the panel ready.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad he's alive and everything, but I'm saying if there was an option for that, as long as it makes sense afterwards, where it's like he's not a forgotten character after, because for God's sake, man, Takasugi has been built up like since the goddamn beginning. Since like what was it, episode 18, chapter
17.
Yeah, so like around this, like how long that is, and it's like we only get all that set up from 502 to 524, like
yeah, it's just
that's true.
It was so perfect for both of their. And Takatsuki's continued to grow after that, but it was so perfect for Oboro's character to end right there at Takatsuki's hands.
Yeah,
I was like, yes, man, like both students duking it out. We got to see Oboro's full flashback right there, and it was just fantastic, man. And without it, if Takatsuki would have died, we wouldn't have gotten the great flashbacks with how he met his crew and coming to fruition and how everything is right now. And so I really am glad that Sorachi, even if he might have just kept him alive just for popularity's sake, I really do think that he had, whenever Oboro stabbed him, I do think in the back of his mind, Sorachi said, I want Oboro to die at the hands of Takasugi. I really do believe so.
I don't mean to go on a tangent, but that fight with Takasugi and Oboro, like, I do think it's a lot better in the manga, to be honest. I think the anime did like a fine job, but that the manga did it so well for me at least. And I think I might have told you this before, Recon. I remember there was 2 years. I went to the island of Crete, right?
Okay.
I went there on my holiday. It was just like a family thing, whatever. And so obviously, like Gintama chapter is still released, and I'm like, well, I'm still gonna read it. So I did, and the first time I went, Isaburo died while I was on holiday. So I read that on my holiday, and then the next year when I was on holiday, Oboro died.
Oboro died.
Yeah, that's
I can't go back because someone's gonna die.
can't go on holiday ever again.
Yeah.
because
Because
the next time it'll be Gin or Sugi or something, bro.
Don't put that bad voodoo magic out there. Don't do that.
Yeah, next time I think it might even be the fans who die.
That's facts.
Srirachi's gonna hit us. Srirachi's gonna hit us with some jab during. It's gonna be too much.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
All the characters would die.
There's a reason why he took it out of Shonen Jump. He was like, people can't handle what I want to bring out. It can only be select few, yo. A select few. A casual can't read this, yo.
Yeah, he's buttering us up.
Sorry, go on.
I was gonna say he told us that we're his inheritance, and he's gonna kill us off before we can collect on that inheritance.
Exactly.
When the grandpa comment he made was that shit hit me
That was
hard, bro.
golden.
No, when he mentioned Big Boss from Metal Gear, that hit me, bro.
Yeah,
I was like, he's a good
same,
man,
bro.
Wait, did he
bro.
make a mistake? Because it's not Big Boss in Metal Solid 4, is it? It's Solid Snake.
Well, technically, I mean,
Yeah,
it's so long
you
since I
know,
played it.
I gotta be careful. Yeah, with that.
Dave Meltzer.
Okay.
You know, I have my sources. You know what I'm saying?
My sources
What you got?
say.
PW Insider.
You know, I have somebody in the creative team.
Okay.
Hey, kid, huh?
Could you?
I have somebody in Gorilla, bro.
Rogo?
Yo, but lads, bro, Shogun, bro.
I mean, shit. Everyone said already what they want to say, but like about it. But it's like, for me, I personally take the manga over the anime, and it's not to say like the anime just did a good job. Like the adaptation, I think, was well done, but I think because of my experience of having read it first, like I got caught up. Like I got to read the series from 528 onwards. So,
What's up? What's up?
go ahead.
Hello.
Yo.
What's up, man?
Wait, is that my boy?
Yeah.
Yo, is that my boy Shadow?
Yeah, bro. I had him on the Goatama's greatness, bro. Bro, hey, shout out to him though, man. I think he's only like a 1 hour of sleep, dog. So he's a good man.
Yeah.
Hey, Shadow. Hey.
Yo,
I need to go soon.
God damn.
Just wanted to drop by.
Hey, he's here for the culture, man.
He's for the culture, yo.
Or the culture.
Dude,
No, but yeah,
what time is it? It's 11:50. I have school tomorrow. God,
Hey,
the stream's too good.
Bro,
Hey,
they'll call him
Hey,
sick
good
for
day
work,
for the
bro.
Gintama, man.
Hey, Laz, bro, continue what you were saying, dog?
Yeah, so I'm saying like for me, it's like with the manga, it's like the first like real like interaction with like we're getting Tolkien. It's like we've always had this comedic side with them, but I feel like the best way I'm gonna put it, it's like we only got to see glimpses of what it was like in his past, and I feel like the curtain really was pulled back. And 519 and 520 especially is really what explains to us like what had happened then and like why he made that decision and everything. It's just like now it's like it's not like he did this for any other sake. Like he'll use his master as a stepping stone. He'll use like his best friend as a stepping stone and stuff. But if it means protect the people he needs to protect, like he's going to do so. And like just the fight, the choreography, I felt that was probably some of the best fighting I can ever say. From the arcs, my favorite Shogun Assassination is my third, just behind a certain arc in Conan and a certain arc in the Shito no Joe. But in terms of fighting, it's my second favorite fight. I think anything in general. Like
What's your first?
It's a certain arc in the Shito no Joe.
I know which one.
And I can't
Yes,
if I say it.
Bro, Ashita no Joe is insane.
That's what I'm saying. It is too crazy.
Joe
man.
has like 4 6-star classics, bro.
Yeah.
He does.
But then for me, it's like, man, the choreography is phenomenal. The stuff we got with, Shinpachi and like Kagura, like you guys were saying, like, their development from being like someone that like now is like you see how much trust that like Gintoki's putting into them and stuff. It isn't just because, the comedic things or like he just need a distraction. Like he trusts these people because they can do it. And
Yes.
now you see like where the series is like they clearly are. They can hold their own weight. So I think that was like the moment we kind of needed. Like Court Scene, Yoshiwara, they're still like I wouldn't say learning, but it's more like they were still trying like to prove themselves, basically that they can handle themselves without Gintoki being right there to like kind of hold their hands. Kagura obviously is a different breed. Like she's fucking Yato, but it's like with them, it's like they had their thing, and it was just amazing. And like Shinsengumi doing their thing again, Sogo and Kamui. I fucking love that fight. Like this man said, point to his chest. You better land right here. Like I'm like, yo, and then they going at it and stuff. Like, and then for me, like I have to be careful with my words here because the reason I want Recon to get into Persona 3 is because of my man, the Shogun, and that's all I'll say on there, man. Because his passing. And it's like one of those things where it's like it's so somber, and it's like we've found so many crazy things that was going on in that arc, and then that was like the most peaceful way to kind of conclude it.
Exactly.
It's Hiroshi bringing it back to the beginning,
Yeah, and then it's just like that. It was just the perfect way, like him saying like to his sister, like the tea's still lukewarm. He's been trolling her the whole time, and it's like that's his final words.
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, you okay? You sleepy? Like,
And the way they played that ending, man.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, I mean, it's a GOAT arc, man. It's top 3 to me. So,
well said, Laz. Well said.
Yo, Shadow, bro, go right ahead, man. Before I go, dog. Hit me with it, dog. Goat gun assassination.
Man, that experience is insane. I think I told you before. I had an exam the next day.
Yes.
And I needed to study, but I was literally shaking. Yeah. I've been waiting a whole month for this arc. So I started the first episode, and then it went down from there. I couldn't stop. Like, how do I even explain it, man? Episode 305 is still my favorite episode in anything.
Same. Yeah. Same. Yeah.
And then the way the whole arc ended, it still crushes my heart.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I rewatched the arc actually earlier this year or last year with my friend, and it was just as impactful as the first time.
Absolutely. Like I feel like no matter how many times I reread or rewatch it, I'll always find something else to like more about it than I already did before you.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal, man.
I mean, as soon as I finished Gintama, I went on to eBay and Amazon. I was buying merch.
Facts. Dude, I bought that one. You guys know that one Shogun Assassination shirt I wear in my videos. Whenever I finished, whenever the anime was coming out for that particular portion, as soon as the PV dropped, I was like, "There's gonna be a shirt for this." A month later, the shirt dropped. I was like, "I'm buying this, coach." Even if I don't, because I usually don't buy that much stuff from out of the country when it comes to anime and manga. But I said, "F it, man! I gotta buy something for Gintama, bro."
You have to.
they never sell anything about Gintama here anyway.
Vicon, did you finish that?
Did I finish what?
Gintama Rumble.
No, I haven't finished yet. I'm at Courtesan of a Nation right now.
You're that far?
Well, me, I stopped at Farewell Shinsengumi. I just lost track of it.
Yeah, I can't wait to play through Shogun in that game, dog.
I just wish you could play as the villains in that game so badly.
Yeah,
I wish you could play as Yutsuro and Obro and all that.
I'll be honest with you, I was so hyped when I got that game. It's kind of whack, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it can be.
It's not that great of a game.
I still love it, but yeah, I know what you mean.
I love because it's Gintama.
Yeah.
Like if I don't watch Gintama, I'd be like, man, this game's trash.
See, I'm used to Warriors games because I love the One Piece ones. And
exactly, Rico.
The Berserk one was pretty fun. I played a lot of Gundam growing up, so it reminded me of those type of games. But listen, man, I say it all the time, dog. Shogun Assassin. There's a lot of arcs that I've read that I can possibly say are at least for me on the same tier, whatever the case may be. But I don't think until One Piece's final arc comes to fruition, I don't think I can put another arc on the same pedestal as this, bro.
Agreed.
At least for me, and the reason for it is because Shogun Assassination changed my complete perspective on how a story can be written up until a certain point. The reason why I love Evangelion so much is because it changed my perspective on how a story can end. And Gintama changed my perspective on how you can write an arc like this. Because whenever Oda wrote a certain arc in One Piece, I was like, yo, that's a brilliant way to bring everything to culminate in one arc. But whenever it's Shogun Assassination, it was the perfect culmination of everything in the series that have happened up until that point in time, and just having it all explode at once without anybody having any like no one who was going into the arc before as a manga reader would have had any clue that Gintoki was fighting Takatsuki at all. And that's what I love so much about it, is the unpredictability of some of the things that happen in the arc. But I think my favorite thing about it, and the reason why 519 and 520 are my favorite chapters, is because the arc itself shows why Gintama is a comedy. You know, whenever you have Gintoki do what he did, or whenever you see what he did, immediately the first thing that came to my mind afterwards is, I now understand why Sorachi made this a trollish series, because he needed to have these characters cope with their past in some way, shape, or form, in the same way that we do in our lives, bro.
Absolutely.
And when this man Gintoki continues to troll on a daily basis, but then he has a legendary line in Farewell Shinsugumi where he tells Toshiro Hichikata, he tells him to his face, he's like, listen, man, I dream about it all the time and I never tell anybody about it.
That was sad.
I think about it every time I go to sleep. And here we are trolling, talking about mayonnaise
how could
all this stuff, dog. And it's like, it's so beautiful to me, because it's like, I now understand why Gintama was a comedy. And that's what I love so much about Shogun Assassination. Everything's already been said about the greatness of Gintoki versus Takatsuki. This arc changed what my favorite characters are, what my favorite fight is in all of manga, favorite arc. And my favorite thing, aside from 519 and 520 about this arc, is chapter 517, which is episode 304 in the anime. The way that they handle the flashbacks going in and out of the fight. That is some of my favorite stuff. Yes. That is some of my favorite stuff in all of anime manga. That's something I love a lot that Cowboy Bebop does whenever it does its serious stuff, is how it goes in between like the past and the present, like really, really nice. I think that's something that Naruto handles really well in its anime as well. Is how I always love scenes whenever they take stuff from the past and it makes it relevant in the present. And whenever they use Shoyo's OST,
the meeting with Shoyo.
Yeah, the meeting with Shoyo to do that entire section in the anime, it's brilliant. And I love how you never see any of this. The entire arc, you don't see any of it from Gintoki's perspective. Every single flashback is from Takatsuki's perspective in Shogun Assassination. And I love that so much, because you don't need to see it from Gintoki's perspective. Everything that we have seen from Gintoki, we see after that, you know, of course, going back to episode 180 and whatnot, and going back to the Court of Semination. But in Shogun Assassination, there is not one single moment where Gintoki thinks back to himself. And what I love so much about it is that we see Takatsuki reminiscing all about this, while right there in chapter 520, we already see that Gintoki has to live with this every single day. It's not like he's just reminiscing about this now. He lives through this every single day, and he has come to the conclusion that he needs to protect what he left behind, because that's what he would have done. And that's whenever he delivers my favorite quote in the entire series, that he is the disciple of Yoshida Shoyo, Sakata Gintoki. And that line means so much more to me, because the flashback was never shown through his eyes. I don't have to feel sympathy through Gintoki because I saw him struggle, yo. I know the struggle the man has gone through. I saw it through another man's eyes. And the way that I never would have expected that Takatsuki, the reason why he didn't have that one eye is because the last thing that he saw in that eye was that. Like, that was one of the biggest plot twists in the entire series for me, man. And that was absolutely beautiful. Just the entire arc, Zenzo greatness, Kagura and Kamui awesome sauce. I've been waiting to see that the entire series, see them actually clash, was so cool. More stuff on Shoyo, like Dan said before. I 100% with that. Anything with Shoyo and Gintoki, like I said before, it's godly, man. It always will be godly.
I'm saying that anyone who claims they like high quality manga and anime, man, they should have to give Gintama a chance just to see how great Shogun Assassination is, man. You know what I'm saying?
Man. It's true, man. Because Gintama's not known for his manga at all.
No.
The anime.
It's really known, like, just for that. Like, I only know one person that's read the manga instead of watched the anime. Everyone like watches the anime. Well,
Yeah.
Like if you go back
I'm
and
not
look at like
judging.
what,
Like, I think there's. I'm not saying it's like a wrong decision because the anime is a 10 out of 10, but like people don't give the manga enough credit.
yeah, I mean, 'cause if you go back and look at like how like Gintama's like viewed in Japan, right? Because like the manga is like in terms of like sales and like recognition, it's at the very bottom compared to the anime, the live action adaptations, the merchandise and stuff. Like it just sits at the bottom, and then like it's kind of disappointing because that's like kind of what starts everything off before it gets all
and his art was top tier in that stretch of episodes and that stretch of chapters from Shogun to the end of Rakuyo. His art was godly.
Even
He
in
has
Silver
to
Soul.
work like so
Yeah, even
fucking
now.
hard.
And now that we're gonna be waiting longer, think about what it's gonna look like now.
I know,
Yeah,
it's
dude.
Yeah.
crazy.
And they're gonna be longer chapters. Like I don't think Gintama's ending in February.
Yeah, I wanted to ask actually about because obviously it's moving to a new magazine. Like, do you think? I don't know if there's really any real way of knowing, but do you guys think that like it'll like lose popularity because it's not in Shonen Jump anymore?
Nah, at this point, like it's
Amongst like
Probably.
I mean,
I think it's going to, but the hardcore fan base is going to be here.
Yeah,
and I think
we
that's
will
what it's
all
catering
be.
to.
to me, like it's like this. It's like if the anime for whatever reason gets canned or something, then it's like all hell breaks loose, man. You got to fear for it, Like, but the fact that again, Tom having its anime is such a high quality and still like people watch it, it still does amazing ratings and everything. Like, there is no like need to worry for it. Even if let's say the parts we kind of have our disagreements with the Silver Soul and stuff, right? People are gonna still watch it. They want to see all this stuff being adapted in the anime, so there shouldn't be really any worry to that. But if it does get canned somehow and they don't want to continue it, then I worry for for Gintama.
I think Gintama will get like an adaptation all the way to the end because D. Greyman isn't as popular as it once was back in the day, and it got an anime adaptation for Hollow, even though it moved into a different magazine. And I feel like if Gintama continues to do great numbers to live action adaptation, I feel like even in Giga, it will finish off the series.
It'll get it. No doubt in my heart, it'll get it, man.
Shout out D. Shout out.
No doubt in my heart.
D. Greyman.
Especially since the series is ending, like it'll get more exposure, and a lot of people that read the last chapter are now aware that Gintama's moving to Jump Giga.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people jump on that train too.
Absolutely.
See how the transition will be.
Yep. I really can't wait to see how the story's going to be whenever it comes. But I'm looking forward to seeing two things. Number one, how he is going to do everything, panel structuring wise, the way he structures his chapters from here on out. How long are the chapters going to be? But also, I'm looking forward to seeing if he's going to change anything in terms of from a censorship standpoint, because Sorachi's insane. He has done everything possible with Shonen Jump's censoring thing. Like he has that line so thin that it could break at any moment.
I'm still waiting for my brothel arc, man. Still waiting for it. Right, listen, Yoshiwara gave me some, Hort's okay, but no, we need a brothel arc, man.
The true ending of Gintama, brothel arc.
That's right.
Hey, Laz, you sorry, was it Laz who said that? Sorry.
Shinpachi finally gets laid.
You may not want to see that brothel art, man, because we know where Skuyo works, and I don't know if I want to see her get piped by anyone other than Gintoki.
The fact of the matter is, like, I kind of see where Gintoki's long-term future is where it's after they get the 10 kids and stuff, they're gonna run that place, and every single one of them make a paycheck. And he never has to work again.
Getting a paycheck for what? You watch your mouth there, man. That's a bit creepy, man.
Teach him the ropes, bro. Teach him the business.
Yeah, you gotta put over the business.
You gotta put over the business. That's right.
They're killing the business, man.
Yo, hey man. Before I get into this,
I was like, Gintama is like the equivalent of the Young Bucks of pro wrestling, man. With the amount of 4-4 breaking.
Oh, actually, the Bucks of Youth, bro. Yeah,
the Bucks of Youth. The Bucks of Youth. Shout out to Matt, bro. Shout to Matt, Yo, but on a serious note, before I get into the final question of the stream, man, I really want to thank everybody who is not only watching, but everybody in this call, man, because I know I this is like a last minute thing, and I'm pretty sure all of us have something to do tomorrow. So I appreciate y'all giving me your time, man.
Bro, I'm calling sick for work. I'm calling sick, bro.
I actually did that for Shogun Assassination after I finished the arc. The next day, I just stayed inside playing 2K all day while staring at my wall. Like after finishing Shogun, bro, I legit called in. I mean, that's serious. I called in, bro. I couldn't go.
I fucked up in my exam.
That's hard right there.
But what's that called? I have one final question for everybody before we leave, man. I had another question in mind because this was originally going to be a farewell Gintama stream a long time ago, but now Gintama's not ending, so I'm gonna save that question for all of you to hopefully rejoin me again when Gintama actually ends. A while from now. So I'm gonna save that question for now. But I do have another question that I feel like it's just like the character question is another thing that really shows what kind of person you are and how your journey with Gintama has come. And it's gonna be your favorite soundtrack in Gintama, your number one. And I'm gonna go all the way from Shadow to myself. So Shadow, man, what is your favorite OST in Gintama?
The more precious the burden.
Great choice. Is there reasoning behind it?
Man.
The scenes that it plays in, and the I'm the disciple of Yoshida Shoyo.
Yes,
and
good man.
The
And
fight
episode
with
180.
Jiraiya.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
All
Couldn't
of
agree
these
more.
scenes.
And in
Take care, buddy,
one of
too.
the more recent episodes, it played in a fantastic scene as well.
Yeah. Take care, body too.
Yes. Absolute greatness. Laz, man, favorite OST.
I gotta say the full name for this one. So, woman who asked what's more important, work me deserved a German suplex.
Godly OST.
Yeah,
The day the demon cried, bro.
Yeah, that's phenomenal
Mitsuba,
name.
man.
Yeah, man, like that for me, because like whenever I hear that, it doesn't matter where it's at, like that I just break down like inside. Like I'm like I don't know what to do anymore, bro. When I hear that, because like with Mitsuba, it's like again it was such a short arc, her being there and everything, and it's just like you feel that with Sogo, because Sogo, it's like he's been like the sickle the whole time, and then it's like once you hear that, man, it's like he does have a different side to him, you know, like
Yeah.
and then you get it for every single other person, where it's like there is that other side to them. So yeah, man, give him a German suplex.
Yo, Dan, bro. Favorite OST.
All right, I think everyone probably agree. Like, it's so hard to pick just one, because I love every OST for a different reason.
Yeah, of course.
But if I'm to pick one that I don't think anyone else would pick, I don't know how many of you know the soundtrack, "The Unstainable Darkness," but that's low-key my favorite. That's low-key my favorite, man, because that Shinsengumi Crisis was
theme whenever he showed up.
exactly, man.
Barely
When
erased.
that played in, because that Shinsengumi Crisis arc was my favorite arc, probably all the way into Shogun Assassination. If I'm being honest, maybe Kurd-san might have overtaken it, but they were like neck and neck. So when I hear that soundtrack, it brings back all the memories of that. And they only play that soundtrack when shit's going down.
Yep.
You know that they ain't trolling when that's, because you get like sometimes you get scenes of like sketchy characters, but it might be a bit of like a troll.
Yeah.
But when that OST plays, nah, like shit's going down for real.
I always think of Takatsuki
my
the
eyes are
Shinsengumi or the Mimi Warigumi when I hear that soundtrack, yo.
Greatness, man. And another one I fucking don't know the name of it. It's the soundtrack that played when Nobunobu first appeared.
Oh, I'm trying to remember right now.
It goes like, I don't know how but that was a really bad.
That just sounded like Congress.
Hold on, I can find a name real quick.
Okay.
It's one of my fucking favorites. Konokuni no Shokinin. I probably butchered that.
Let me see.
I think it means
track 9.
this country's
Track 9,
I
executioner.
see it. I see it right here. Let me listen to it quick. Let me see.
Greatest.
Oh, I remember this one. Okay, gotcha.
When that played in the Soul Reaper arc, I was waiting for that OST album to be dropped for months, just so I could hear that OST again. So yeah, that was, and Takasugi's OST, obviously.
Of course.
But,
yo, Ace Sticker, bro. Favorite OST, man.
Favorite OST. All right. I'm gonna have to go with Shadow on this one. The more precious the burden. That OST. Every time I listen to it, I just get sad. Like I just legitimately just get sad because just how like powerful Gintama is, and again with Takasugi's theme is also up there. And the third one I would also have to pick would be all the OST in Gintama are just so good. It reminds me of Persona 5, honestly, because you hear the songs over and over again.
Yeah.
So you just get used to them. Like, I don't know. I really love that. It's like, when I was playing Persona 5, I was like, these songs are like, you hear them like every time.
Great game.
Yes. Yep. I played it like a year ago now, and man, Persona 5.
It absorbed my life for a whole month and a half.
Yep. 136 hours of my blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah, no, Shadow knows. Berserk and Persona 5 was what I was doing in January of like last year and or this year. But yeah, another OST that I really love is the classic. I'm probably gonna butcher this name, but Kokowa
Samurai Kunina.
Yeah,
of course, yeah.
The goat.
Classic, man.
That's the goat, man.
Yeah, those OSTs are so good.
Hassan, man, favorite OST.
Ah, man. I think mine, I don't know, because I downloaded it from YouTube, through Shueisha. Mine, I think it was one of the inclusives. From it was called Courtesan Turn the Table, I think.
Oh, I love that one.
Great OST. Great OST.
It was amazing, bro. I love
it. That is a phenomenal soundtrack, yo.
Can I just ask very quickly, because we had some ask for No More Precious a Burden, right? What's the first thing you think of when you hear that OST?
Without question, it's the disciple of Yoshida Shoyo speech now. But
really?
it used to be episode 180.
Yeah,
now I think of episode 305 now.
Episode 305 and 180.
Yeah.
Also, the I'm Yorozia Gensha.
Yeah,
that too.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Yeah, I would think of that moment where it pans out of Takasugi's eye in that episode 305.
Oh yes, and then you see him laying down.
Yeah,
laying down on the floor.
Yeah, that's always the first image in my head.
Yeah, that's a shoot. That's a hard shoot.
Gintoki's face.
Yep. And then you see Gintoki slowly but surely get up. One hand. Go, greatness, oh man, the color palette in that episode is so godly, man.
I know on Recon's channel, man. I'm telling you, that's what got me into the series. I was like, yo, I thought Gintama was a comedy, and I saw that, and I was like, all right, I'm watching it.
Yeah, exactly.
That episode was so good. I showed it to my dad, man.
Dude, I remember I was so proud of that 305 manga and anime comparison. I showed it to my parents, bro. I was like, yo, you guys gotta watch this. I know y'all ain't gonna know what y'all seeing, but look at this, yo. I'm not a failure after all, man. Well, but what's that called?
That's taking ages.
Stand user, bro. What's favorite OST?
Bro, number Darkness tied with Madao OST.
Greatness.
Oh, Madao, yeah.
The Madao OST is fucking
God of Cardboard.
Just leaks nostalgia, especially the Madao OST. But the Darkness one for sure, hands down my number one, man.
Greatness,
man.
Good man. Like the ending, I think it was ending 14. Yeah. Oh, I need.
Oh, dude, that's in my top 5. I need.
Whoa. Shit. Sorry,
Greatness,
no, I'm playing Dolby Supercard, and I just pulled a sick card, man. I'm tripping. I just pulled a Mr. Perfect, bro. Go on, continue.
Oh, nice. Yo, a yak, bro. Favorite OST in Gintama, dog.
I don't know their names. You guys might have said them already, but it's the one. It's a piano, and it plays like when they're like kind of like flashbacks, like melancholy stuff.
I think I know. Is it the one that played whenever the?
I don't know.
It might be that one you play a lot of Recon. You know the one with Kagura, like look at the window and stuff.
Is it that?
You remember which one it is?
Oh yeah, the Koko or Samurai Kunida.
Yeah, I love that one.
Yeah.
That one.
The Hijikata and Gintoki scene at the end of 316.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
And then there's the one. I think the first time I heard it was when Gintoki was fighting Hosen. You know, bum, bum, bum.
Oh yeah. Greatness, absolute greatness, yeah.
I don't know their names, but I know them the instant I hear them. So
yeah, I got you. Yo,
anyway, guys, I have to leave now.
Okay, my man. Thank you for stopping by, yo.
Thanks for coming by.
Yeah, I'm so glad I joined.
Absolutely, my friend.
Yep, take care.
Take care.
Peace, man.
Yo,
Yeah.
for me, I have two in mind. My number one, without question, is Kokoro Samurai Kunida. That OST plays in so
Which
many.
one? Sorry, which one?
It's the one that plays like at the end of a lot of the episodic episodes. It goes dun 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 dun.
Oh, of course, of
Okay,
course.
I know
Yeah,
it.
And
yeah,
the one
yeah.
that plays in a lot of like the comment in the one-shot episodes. It's the final OST that you hear before Gintama goes into Shogun Assassination. It's the final OST of Oil Rain. And I love that OST so much for so many different reasons, but that OST is Gintama to me. And then followed by the meeting with Shogo Sensei. I love that OST so much, dude.
great. Yeah.
It's just
Actually, you know what?
God.
Actually, you know what, man? I think that's probably number one. I completely forgot about that one.
Yeah, it's a phenomenal soundtrack, and every time I hear it, I always think back to episode 304 for that sequence whenever Gintoki and Takatsugi are throwing hands, and it just keeps going back between the past, the present, the past, and the present, the past, and the present, and it's a fantastic OST. And shout out to Bananja Blues, another great OST. But anyways, yo, man, once again, and the Ghost in the Graveyard, that's another great OST. I always think of the Shinsengumi when I hear that.
Oh man, yeah.
But yo, I really want to thank y'all from the bottom of my heart for joining, man. It was a lot of fun talking about Goatama. This truly was a Gintama appreciation stream, but we're all tards and we're all
Of course, man.
This is my first stream I've ever done, so this is a lot of fun.
Absolutely, man. It was really dope having a lot of y'all in, because even though I've talked to y'all in a lot of different calls, I think that's the first time all of us as a collective group have been in one stream. So
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
really nice.
Even Shadow joined. He's like 8 hours apart from all of us, or
Yeah.
a lot of us in here.
Yeah, man. Yo, it was a lot of fun, man. And but we got stuff to do tomorrow, so I appreciate y'all for staying up and being a part of the awesome sauce, man. Yo, Yak Attack, bro. Let them know where they can find you, man. Give them some plugs, baby.
Yeah, my Twitter is Yak Attack INC. I don't know why I put the INC. I'm a douche, so whatever. And yeah, my channel is Yak Attack. So, I mean, you can check it out if you want. I'm really bad about consistent content, but whatever. You can check it out if you want.
Hey, man, look at Togashi, bro. The man's consistency is poop, but his quality is goat. So we love him, baby. we love him.
I mean, I'll take being in the same page as Togashi, so I'll take it.
For sure, man.
I'll take it.
I'll take it.
Recon's classic line.
Yo, man. Shout out to Khan, bro. Shout out to Uzumaki Khan. Man. I'll take it.
I'll take
Yo, Stand, man. Where can people find you, bro?
Bro, Twitter Stan uses 00. YouTube Stan uses 00. YouTube, I've been lazy, but follow me on Twitter though. Still,
Hey, that's the most important thing.
follow me on Twitter still, bro. I've been lazy on YouTube, but Twitter I'm active, so follow me on Twitter.
For sure, man. Hey, Hassan, bro. Plug him, man.
Oh my god. You can find me at my channel. It's called Dorian Brogy. Shout out to the 150 subs strong, bro. Already doing that. Yeah, that's it. Catch me on Discord, Recon's Discord mainly. That's where you'll find me at, and where you'll find most of the people in the chat at. So please join.
Yeah, man. Discord is always awesome, dude. Shout out to Discord, yo. Sticker, man. Where can the good people find you?
YouTube and Twitter. Stickercher, that's my name. You'll probably just see me reviewing Gintama, and when Gintama ends, my channel will die.
Yo, speaking of, while Sticker Trigger's in here, Sticker and I, in the near future, he is currently catching up to One Piece, and as soon as he finishes, he's currently reading the Alabasta Saga.
Ooh,
and right after he finishes that, we're going to be doing a live recon space documenting his journey so far and his thoughts on Alabasta and the whole series up to that point. So if you're interested on that, yo, Sticker and I are going to be doing that, talking about some awesome sauce.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm on chapter 209, I believe.
Oh my
Greatness.
Volume 21. I think I got the volume.
Greatness. I believe that is volume 20, either 2 or 3.
Let me check. I
I
think
think that might be 3. Let me check. Well, I have volume 23 right next to me. Let me see. It is it's a volume 23. Hassan.
Oh yeah, I've read 207. Okay, yeah, that's where I'm at.
Yeah, that's volume 23.
Yeah.
No, it's Crocodile, bro. He is. Oh man,
Crocodile.
his ability is
Kyle.
awesome. He just fades away, and then when Luffy comes back with the water, and oh man,
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Absolute greatness. I can't wait for you to see the full end of that arc, man. It's so awesome. But yo, Dan, bro, where can the good people find you, dog?
Just go youtube.com/legendmac and you'll find him.
I was waiting for that.
No, seriously, my Twitter is @MrChelseDan. I do have 2 YouTube accounts, Daniel Condilla and Dan Talks Wrestling, but they're both dead. But at some point, I don't know when, but they will be revived.
Hey, man, that's the important part, bro. As long as you have that thought in your mind, yo.
It could be months, years, decades.
That's right, man.
But
And then
someday,
one day it'll be you, me, and JD talking about wrestling.
Someday you'll see a picture of me and Kevin Dunn, and you'll know that it's coming back.
The Beaver, bro. Yo, lads, man, where can the good people find you, dog?
Well, just turn on like the news. You probably see a search warrant out for me, but in all seriousness, I wouldn't recommend. I wouldn't recommend going Google search and type my name. You might find some stuff. So I'll say Twitter @Commodore Laz, YouTube search, type in Commodore Laz, and the rest of the links you'll find in there.
Awesome sauce, man. And then of course, just like Dan said, my YouTube channel is Legend Mac, and I hope all of you subscribe.
What's Max saying these days?
Dude, I don't even know if he reads the manga anymore. I know I just talked to him just recently. I know he's not caught up, but I do need to get him in one of these streams. They're gonna talk about Gintama, yo.
He's a throwback, man. He's acting like he still makes videos and shit, but he's not as active in the community and shit.
Yeah, man. I respect his grind though. I really do, because like his
channel's doing pretty well.
He's just been keeping it low key and just hustling, man. Like I respect it 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to my boy Mac, man. But anyways, yo, I hope all of you have an awesome sauce of a day. Thank you for all of you who stayed up. I know a lot of people stayed up. Like shout out to Aragi Senpai and Sage, CC Wizzy still in the comments, man. Like it was, and Shadow. This man Shadow got like 1 hour of sleep, bro. So shout out to Shadow, man. So and for all of you who live like in separate parts of the world and you stayed up for the stream, man, God bless y'all and thank you so much, man. Like it was a lot of fun. This is definitely one of my favorite streams that I've done in all of my years here on YouTube, just because of everything going on, the people that are here, and also because we're talking about Gintama and its final stages. And I'm really happy that we're not doing a farewell Gintama stream. It's just a thank you Gintama stream.
Well, we're never gonna do that, so we don't have to worry about that.
That's right.
Sriracha will go on forever.
Yep. And in our hearts, for sure, man. But yeah, I hope all of y'all have an awesome sauce of a day, man. Thank you, Goatama. Sriracha, thank you for creating this wonderful series that has allowed us to gather here and talk about the awesome sauce, man. So I hope all of y'all have a good one. Have a blessed one and get some sleep, damn it. Good night.